still in
We just got to Molaire.
You went outside Molaire to the location where the mirror was.
Oh, that's between Isengard and Molaire.
It is off the Great Road, yes, between Isengard
Dang it!
and Molaire.
Every time I say it wrong, but I'm getting closer.
Don't worry.
I'm getting closer.
So you went there and you discovered that there were what looked like clawed footprints. I think Tetzel saw those. Clawed footprints, and then the mirror had been destroyed. I think you mended the mirror.
They were claw footprints?
You mended the mirror, but it didn't restore its magic properties, so you weren't able to communicate with the
And we're pretty sure it was the claw guy that did it.
The same guy that destroyed...
That was
the assumption. The guy that destroyed Harm Garum.
And the guy that said the disintegrate beam... And he had the hook hand, and he had appeared first to Harmed Arm, and then he killed him at the end after we did the whole, look at us, we're so awesome, and we stopped the plot. And then he was like, oh, you stopped the plot, or did you? Ah! And disintegrated him, and then went off, and we were like, oh, I guess we didn't.
Oh, he appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, and he paralyzed us all, remember? And we just stood there, couldn't do anything, we all failed the whatever check. And then,
until now, I had completely forgotten.
He was also the guy controlling the Aberth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
To build the tower underwater.
Mm-hmm. So the Aberth, when you saw the
was the last time we played?
So if you it was a while ago with the holidays. Okay. But if you think about this as a CW show, right? What happened is all the characters sort of, resolved the arc of the first season, and then the cloak came off and the guy revealed himself as the master manipulator to now that the show has secured its contract from the pilot and has got several more seasons. Yeah. Now the main bad guy comes out and says, "I'm going to be around for a while jacking with you guys. F you. Bye." And we were like, oh!
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't watch those shows. But.
The other important things, he had mentioned some interesting things in the way that he talked to you. He seemed to be familiar with the Sphynx, and he mentioned
the others.
Yes, the other 11 of the 12.
Oh, shoot.
11 of the 12.
Yes, that's
all he said.
This one, yeah, that's really all he gave.
Wait, there's 12 of these things.
But he did give you some information. I mean, in the sense of the way he talked to you, he called you dogs that you weren't worth his time to deal with. But he told you, he referred to she when he was talking to you. The implication being the Sphynx.
Mm-hmm.
So he thinks he's her equal, and we're just pawns in the way, and so he's just using us to indirectly threaten her and foil her plots. But we're sort of beneath him right now.
Okay.
So our goal is to level up enough till he notices us, because that's going to work out well for us, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, he did this.
Probably.
Can we do
I should have listened to this session.
I didn't listen to the session either. I just was really jazzed with that turn of events.
Spot when I put them on Google Drive. So my friend Spencer from Waco wanted to listen to them, but he had to keep restarting it every time on Google Drive. So I've actually put them on YouTube, so you can access them if you want.
Ryan's
to listen
a
to them.
YouTuber now.
Who else can access them?
Anyone technically, but don't worry.
We checked them. We checked them.
I can see who's viewing it.
We checked them at work. We checked them at work. I was the fourth view.
Yeah.
Wait,
Spencer.
fourth?
The other three are Spencer.
Our names aren't on there, right?
Yeah. No.
So
The Adventures.
I don't want any confusion with my YouTube channel.
That's right.
He's gonna make Harpoon a meme.
There you go.
Harpoon.
It's gonna have Sally and the Harpoon.
That's right. In the recording.
TalkingTexasLaw.com.
Actually, you laugh. I had a podcast for a hot minute when I was in private practice. It had 3 episodes, but I had one. It was on my firm website.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was Texas Law, and it was.
So in the course,
and I got interviewed on 3 of them.
In the course of the final battle, Taran, who was the bosun on Heger's Allgood's ship and one of his best friend, basically,
the dragon guy,
the dragonborn guy, died, and so they told you that there was going to be a funeral. So you guys had left to go communicate with the Sphynx at the mirror right before they said the funeral will be the next evening, and so you guys have gotten a long rest, and so you're not technically in Malay right now. You're still in the
in the Sphynx lair.
But we're going back for the funeral,
shrine.
I think.
That's entirely up to you. What you do at this point is up to you. But you had previously planned on going to the funeral.
Let's just skip the funeral. It's
No, I want to go.
It's too depressing.
We need to go.
Don't make me split the party.
I mean,
you can go where you want.
Do what you need to do.
I'm going.
Okay, they're gonna go.
You did a lot for us. We should go.
Everybody's going to the funeral.
Going to the funeral, bro.
He watched our backs.
It's
This
very
isn't a
important.
democracy.
I mean,
who's gonna protect you if I don't go?
Me?
Bree will
Airship.
protect me, and he will protect me, and I will heal them.
What is this? pick
Listen.
on Tegan
Fire.
Day?
We will miss
Start a
you.
fire, Tegan.
We will miss you.
I'll set you on fire while you're sleeping if you don't watch it.
Actually, they might, I don't know, they might do the cremation, and if they do, my suggestion would be you go observe, maybe get better at the whole fire building thing, look at the foundation of the bonfire, might be good for you.
And just so it's clear, Tegan, there was a brief.
There was an incident.
Yes.
Yes.
So describe that.
So during the night, while we were resting, I got caught on fire. Got a little bit too close to the campfire. One of my gallons of lamp oil caught me on fire. After I was put out, I come to find out that I'm a warborn. My skin started melting. You can see the polished armor that is me.
I'll turn it here.
Like T1000.
That's not terrifying or
Or is it
anything.
2000? I don't know, whichever one. I also found a book of runes in my chest. There was a compartment that opened up, and there was a book and a letter from the guy that turned me into a warborn. And so he gave me the book of runes to kind of help me on my way. So, still looking for that guy,
So,
and now I have my
Asmar-
first clue.
Warforged.
Yeah.
Warforged, yeah.
He's a Warforged robot man.
Robot.
I can't call you soft skin anymore.
Do you need an oil
Need a
can?
new name for that.
If I only
Is
had
that why you
brain.
have all that lantern
Do-do-do-do.
oil? Is that the same thing? Not
Hold on,
really.
no, he didn't have a heart, which is about like my character. So
Yeah.
It's lubrication.
No, seriously, like, do you get healed the regular way?
yeah,
It's all.
it's
They
it
had
changed. It
done that.
changed from fourth edition.
Yeah, they had tried that in some playtesting stuff. And
It was
just
not
they made
good.
things too.
Yeah.
So I heal the same way.
People
The
got
only
really pissed off
difference,
in third
pretty
about
much,
that.
is I don't need to eat, sleep, or breathe anymore.
You do have to recharge. Though,
Still
I
have to
think.
go to the bathroom.
Don't you?
But
You
he
have to,
can keep his
you-
sensors on, right?
Yeah, there's something where you have to
When I rest, I go into a sentinel
Yeah,
mode,
that's it.
but that's just taking a long rest, like everybody else.
Right. You still have to rest.
Like
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
No, but like he could like keep his senses on, like to keep watch, but he can't do anything while he's resting. He needs to rest.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Okay. All right. So,
So is he solar powered?
magic
He's
power.
powered by
Oh.
the hate for you.
Well, that tracks.
Energy's high.
All right. It's
I have an extra battery.
only going to get higher.
Overload.
Okay. So, where do you guys? The next morning comes around. You finish your long rest. You guys are still where the mirror was. I'm assuming you want to go back to Molaire for the funeral.
Yes.
Okay. So you'll make your way back to Molaire, and was there anything anybody wanted to do before the funeral? Is there anything else you wanted to do in Molaire before we get to the funeral part of it? Anybody?
I don't think
Revisit the tanner, maybe ask his name. You know?
Hint, hint.
Sure.
Hint, hint.
I know his
Hey,
last
we
name.
did sell him a bear, didn't we?
Actually, wait,
Someone
aren't we
back
supposed to
in.
pick up something? Wasn't he making something? I thought somebody was making something for us. We should pick that
Well,
up.
I don't remember. If you remember.
Yeah, he was like, so the deal was,
We gave
you
him-
turned in a bunch of skin.
Yeah.
He was going to tan it, but in exchange, you got some money for it, but he was also going to make something. I can't
Was it
remember.
a pack or
It was
something?
boots or a pouch. I can't remember what it was is the problem. But he was making us a utility item that we were supposed to pick up, and we've never gone back to talk to the guy at all.
You know what? I've listened to all of them, and I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
Okay, maybe we talked about it. Maybe we talked about it and didn't close the deal. I don't know, but
I do want to ask about how much the Harmed Arms house costs now. I might want to buy that.
More than you can afford.
well, it depends. He could just
I could
keep
just
burning
squat
down
it.
houses until the property values drop
true.
enough that he.
It's like
He has enough
40,000
lantern
gold.
oil for that.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I need more dragon breath. And now that I actually found, how much gold did I get from Harmed Arms house? It's like 150 gold.
150, yeah.
I can
That you
buy.
stole from his house. Yeah, before he
I
died,
wanted
yeah,
that
more than
haunch of
Wait,
meat.
150? I don't think I added that. Because I only have 143 gold in
Come
my
on, guys.
arrangements.
Gotta add them. Right
Yeah, I
back.
gave you 150 that I
You
stole.
definitely stole 150 gold.
You,
Yeah.
you need to write that down because I never keep track of money. I just assume you're holding it.
Yeah, we
I
always.
I'm
don't
also not keeping
remember.
track of your money.
Are you
so-
sure I was there when you did that? 'Cause
You were, because well, you weren't there when
Yeah.
I got it, but
We
I
all
told
gave
you
him
when I got
crap for
back.
stealing it. I remember that.
Yeah, we definitely did.
Okay.
I mean, if you want me to
We're
carry
gonna spend
it,
it,
too.
but
I
we
just
were
figured it was
definitely mad
easier
about
for
that.
one
Claim.
person.
But we are going to use it.
I just figured it was easier for one person to.
Yeah, no,
keep
I've
it
got
all.
party funds. I just don't remember. This is. Oh, I know what I did. Okay, never mind.
And she has
you did give it to me.
Okay.
You do have a separate inventory of your own, right? Of all the stuff
I
you've
do.
been stealing.
This is Ketzel's gold, though.
Okay.
Ketzel doesn't need those shiny coins.
I'll just it makes you softskins happy, so sometimes I just give them out.
Damn soft skins.
That's right.
I'm keeping track of your gold.
You just did it. So
It's technically. I have it technically.
If we are all continue to be alive and your magic and your teeth keep us that way, I'm pretty happy. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, your attachment to those shiny things brings you nothing. Just
You want to hold on to some oil
your faith
for me?
in nature should be.
I
enough to
would
sustain
rather
you.
not. I'm not quite as.
When we travel, you can carry one in each arm, build some muscle because you are kind of tiny.
Yes, if we do that, I will move rather slow, I think. It might be better for you to do that, burly man.
So, nothing else before the funeral.
Yeah, we want to go to the tanner.
Okay, you can
Oh,
go to the
God.
tanner.
Yeah.
Sure.
What do you want to do with the tanner?
If the DM hints that we should go there.
He's
No,
trying to.
I was actually just being silly, but you're welcome to
Oh,
go to the
okay.
tanner.
Oh, I thought you were like,
No.
hey, there's a plot point
I'm
more
not gonna
on,
tell
and you
what to
missed
do.
it.
No.
And I was
I'm not
like,
gonna do that
oh.
obvious.
Can we go to the warehouse that will set a trap for us?
So
Let's see. Who haven't I insulted in this town yet?
There's not many.
Yeah, this is a small number.
Let's go see if we can find Sally.
Hopefully, this is a daytime funeral. We don't have to be in this town at all.
It's towards sunset. Yeah. You don't. Yeah. So
As soon as you said
So
that.
we're in the town where the funeral is going
we
to
have to
be at.
travel back to the town. It takes a few
So,
hours.
all right, let's travel back to the town. We're in the town. Yay.
Yeah. So the funeral starts around sunset, and pretty much everybody in the town is there. Even the people you wouldn't expect to be there, like McNeely and the other guards. Pretty much everybody in the town has showed up for the funeral, and it's out near where the harbor master's little hut was, where you got the net from, and you met the children, and weirdly, like, kind of maybe scared them away, but then Ketzel gave them a bunch of money. Yeah. And so
Making friends.
you get there, and you can see that they've set up what looks to be like a fairly small, kind of a one-person boat that has just kind of a tiny sail on it, and you can see that there's a body wrapped up in linen that's on top of it. And it's
Is it
loaded up
possible without like as I move closer to it? I want to move closer to the vessel and the body, but I'll stop if anyone looks like offended that I'm moving
I mean,
closer.
people are kind of milling about, taking. There's kind of like a pattern of people taking turns to just go pay respects. And
Okay, then I'll
people are-
get.
Some people are like throwing some scrap wood onto the boat.
So I'm gonna get in line, and when it's my turn, I'm gonna lean forward and sort of put up a hand and go through a sort of a ritual funeral blessing of Mistra, and like go through the whole church thing from memory and do that.
And Heger is he's kind of staying close to the boat the entire time. And he sees you, and he kind of nods his head as he sees you paying your respects.
I'm going to take one of my gallons of oil and pour it on them.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Glop, glop, glop.
And nobody stopped.
Pour
you
one out
listening
for your
to
homies.
There you go.
There is Heger seems to be kind of leading the ceremony for the funeral, and once everybody kind of settles down, it's kind of one of those things where everybody just kind of gets the idea that now we're kind of starting, and you can kind of see the sun on the horizon as it's going over to set, and he begins speaking, and he's just kind of welcoming everyone. It's actually like maybe a 10-minute long speech where he's kind of just welcoming everyone. He recounts some stories of the times that he's known Torin and the times that he's helped them, how he knew him, how they grew up together. And you can see that he's having some difficulty getting through some of it. But at some point, he kind of nods his head, and you see Kuthu Pharisee over to the side.
Who? Sally.
Sally, right? Got it. Okay.
Kuthu Pharisee, and he's got a trident, kind of that's been spiked into the ground.
Trident.
And there's a little brazier that is lit.
Oh, who?
A brazier.
Brazier.
Brazier, sorry.
Oh, I was
No,
like,
correct me.
brazier is-
Hold on.
I don't know.
You got a lit bra?
Yep, that's
Oh,
right.
brazier. Right, the container,
What
the
is it?
container that holds
Yes.
the flame and you burns
The
incense.
metal with the.
Yeah, I'm Catholic. It's brazier.
It's the
Okay,
thing
brazier,
I knocked
there you go.
over in
Brazier's-
his house and set it on
Sometimes
fire.
there are
Right,
things
right.
that have the same word that you call them the same.
No,
thing.
I do that. I mess that up
It's
all the
easy
time.
mistake.
That's
I
definitely
mess that up
not-
all the time, especially because I read a lot. I know how
Brazier.
it's spelled, not pronounced. I got it. I'm with
It's
you.
a fire metal bucket.
Please tell me he yells
Bucket of
harpoon when he throws it.
So he's got that
Oh,
thing on
yes.
the ground. You can see
No,
a few people kind of
trident.
help put the sail in place, and it starts going off into the lake. And then when it gets, a pretty good distance off where it's a little bit difficult,
It explodes in a ball of fire.
Cthulhu picks up the trident and he dips it in the brazier.
Ah, nice. Of Cthulhu, of all people, of
Lights
course.
it on fire. And he kind of takes aim and he... That was Alexa. And it lands directly in the boat. And because of the lantern oil that you poured on it, it's just like...
Did he say anything when he threw the line?
He did not.
So this may be rude, but and Dimitri doesn't like scream it out super loud, but like in a stage whisper where people can hear, he says, "Good throw, Sally."
Yeah. Nobody's really responding, but I mean, he kind of looks at it like...
I mean, I like that guy.
Yeah.
We need to see if he wants to join
Guess
us on
we'll
this.
Seriously, we need to recruit that guy.
He'll go to the edge of
He's
the
a
water
badass.
as the boat's going away.
I think he's like 10 levels above us, though.
In Druidic, say some things.
Okay.
So, just hoping that the water carries his spirit where it needs to go, blah, 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 blah.
And while all these
But I'm not
guys
saying
are,
it like super out loud to everybody. I'm literally
It's more of a personal thing.
talking to the water, talking to the wind.
Yeah, okay.
not to the king of the birds.
Not today. No, King of the Birds flies over and I wink at him.
Pay the due regal respects.
Oh, that reminds me. Let me memorize this spell.
And so they're they're watching it.
Hey, Mark, if there's anything you want me to have casted into the ring at any point or in future days, just let me know. Sorry.
As they're watching the fire kind of burning in the distance, and it keeps going for a little bit. I mean, obviously the sail catches fire when the oil explosion
Prove it.
causes it to erupt. But then a bard comes up to the stage. And,
now we're LARPing. This is awesome.
Yeah. So he starts playing. Over hillsides, through the marshlands, to where all men's souls go in time, to the land of the forgotten. Should we put them far from our minds? So remember the fallen. Grieve for what we've lost, but remember the joy. Never forget the cost. So over hillsides, through the marshlands, may their souls be cleansed of all sin. To the lands of Lathander, where the dead find new life again. Where the dead find new life again.
Nice.
Right.
And after that's finished, Heger looks up and he kind of raises his hand and says, "All right then, let's start the party." And at that point, you see several other braziers start to light up within the village, and you hear more music playing, and it's kind of the somber tone gives way to this more kind of joyful celebration, and it's you guys might be a little taken back by it, but everybody else seems to just expect that this is the next thing, right? Like you start, you send them on their way, and then you remember the good times. So a party starts, and there's booze and food and laughter all around. What do you guys want to do?
Get drunk.
Get a drink?
Yeah, Dimitri gets.
I want to go to the
It does not.
blacksmith.
He's not a large person. It does not take super long.
Everybody's the party. You can steal. Goddamn.
That's what I'm thinking. She's the thief. Why isn't she stealing?
Yeah, but I do it
She's
for the.
good.
Yeah.
She's a nice person.
Damn it. Why do I have to be the bad guy?
Because you chose.
Dimitri.
I don't plunder.
Dimitri drinks. So Dimitri
Plunderer.
Dimitri
Yes,
gets
exactly.
a bunch of drinks
Hold on.
and
I'm
offers
a
one.
collector.
Harem Darum was had slave children, and you didn't do anything
We
about
have
it.
his gold.
Yeah, well, that's thanks to me.
If that matters to you.
So, technically, he took children and adults and turned them into quasi fish people.
Yeah.
So, like, bad guy.
And then you slaughtered the fish people. So who's the bad guy?
They were trying to kill her at the time. I mean, let's be,
True.
So Dimitri gets some drinks and brings one over to Bree, or brings two over to Bree and one for himself.
Thanks.
And starts drinking. Maybe starts on a second, but gets pretty wobbly before he's partway through the second one.
Doesn't take much.
No, but he brought over a whole bunch really ambitiously, but he doesn't get very far into them before he's wobbly.
What does Quetzal make of parties?
It's really hard to tell what these people are doing. It's literally a blur because it's a bunch of people that look the same to me, just all coming and going. And but if they seem to be enjoying
lizard
themselves,
so he doesn't have any clue.
I mean,
how
I'm familiar with
humans
the
work.
concept, but it means
Just character.
little to me.
Okay.
So, but I'm just smiling politely. Eventually, if I see the king of the birds, I'll call
You
down
see
to him.
a bird.
Okay, well he looks like the king of the birds
Yeah,
to me,
pretty
so
close.
I'll cast speak with animals
Okay.
and talk with him for 10
All
minutes.
right. Yeah.
But, and eventually Dimitri will wander over to Quetzal and hand him a beer or an ale or whatever the strong something liquor in it. Hand it to him. Here, drink this. It's a party.
Fish. Fish.
I'll share it with the king of the birds.
I'm sure they have cooked fish.
Cooked fish. Okay.
They have
Then.
actually. There are parts of the world where
There's
they have
plenty of raw
fish.
fish right there, and I point to the water. But thank you. Yes.
I'm going to step away from the party and just keep it at a
You
distance.
won't
and just
find
watch.
drink like this in the wild. It has to be made. You should try it. It's very good.
Spoiled hops.
No, it's not spoiled. It will make you feel good for a little while, and then excuse me for a minute. And Drogo very sort of stands up very proudly and marches with all dignity to the side of the river and throws up unceremoniously for a while.
Yeah, there's like a little kid watching you.
Yeah.
Like pointing.
And
You like drinks.
I lean over to the kid and I give him a big smile and a thumbs up and like I'm about to say something, but
Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving
Oh,
throw.
God. You take 3 points of liquor damage.
so 15 because I rolled
Yeah.
15.
You stay on your feet. You're
Oh, no, 17. I'm actually good at
expel
Constitution.
the poison.
Okay.
That you don't pass out. Or
And
fall
so as soon as that happens, Dimitri wipes his mouth and heads back for another beer.
down. Good idea.
He's a very wise person. Have I mentioned his wisdom is 10? Yeah, he's wise.
So what is Tegan
Actually, he's wiser than
thinking
that.
about? If you said he's going to the side and he's keeping watch, why is he not participating in the
Just
revelry?
too much on my mind about what's happened past night with the realization of my character or what has happened to me on the
Yeah,
battlefield.
you've been through some stuff recently.
And just trying to gather my thoughts together.
And Bree, what's Bree thinking?
These poor children getting drunk.
They seem
Yeah.
fine actually. They're holding up pretty well. It's a little watered down too.
Yeah.
I think I'm grieving for my friend, and just kind of taking it all in.
Because of the people on the on Hagar Allgood's ship, Torin was kind of the one that paired off with Bree
Yeah.
for some of the part of it.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of there.
Did she participate in the party? Is she drinking and celebrating?
Yeah,
or-
I think like she's drinking, but I don't think she's like especially like dancing
Enthusiastic.
around or, yeah.
Are there people dancing?
Sure. Yeah, you can find little.
At one point, Dimitri's going to drag Bree out onto the floor and dance surprisingly well for someone who's both intoxicated and ill, almost like he's had far too much practice at this. But when he dances, it's not very carefree. It's in a very sort of ritualistic, patterned way,
Okay.
right? And it's almost like he's doing steps that like it's clearly a dance, but nobody else is dancing like that. It's a very sort of patterned, ritualistic thing.
It's like he's tripping over his own feet.
No, it's very graceful, but it's like it's weird because it's like a dance from like a different place, a
His
foreign dance.
declaration of fertility is different than everyone else's declaration of fertility that I see here.
He's dancing like a female bird.
Also, screw you guys.
Is he saying he's barren or with extra child? I can't tell.
Maybe both.
And by the way, Bree is definitely more physically imposing than him, so if she ever wants to end it, it won't be hard.
Even though she's halfway.
It just didn't occur to him to like. It just didn't occur to him otherwise. Like he's just like, yeah, let's go dancing. It's gonna be fun. Everybody's gonna have fun.
I think she went along with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would take like one small push and he'd be done for at this point. So like, it's not.
Watch out, Bree. He may try to wash you next.
Oh, I'm watching.
That brings up, where's the guard captain?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she there.
She is there, but she is not dancing. And in fact, you notice that the music stops for a brief period, and you hear
Thunder. Bring the thunder.
That doesn't
Whales?
No, that's a horn.
and the musicians don't continue playing the music. They kind of hold off on starting another round of music, and you can hear the loud clapping of horses' steps. It doesn't sound like they're running. It sounds like they're moving at a steady pace, and you can hear them coming from where the entrance of Molaire is.
Like a trot or a canter?
Like a
Comes
parade?
Trot is faster.
Than canter.
Okay.
As the it's tough to see because the sun is, there's maybe a little bit light still coming over the horizon, but it's mostly out, and so most of the light in the town is coming from the braziers.
Since I'm
that are lit.
not near the party and have night vision, can I do a perception check to see if I...
Sure.
16 plus 4, so 20?
The thing that stands out to you is that when you look towards the entrance of the town, you can't necessarily make out exactly what it is, but what you notice is that there's clearly something gleaming. It's catching the light from the fires that are lighting up the town, and it's whatever's on the back of the horses is gleaming and kind of shining as it makes its way towards you guys. And you can see Allison Delgado. She kind of starts making her way towards the entrance, and she goes a little bit further than everyone else. Everybody's kind of standing around, kind of like looking, kind of like what's going on. But she walks that direction, and as she walks that direction, she looks, she gets pretty close, and then she turns around and starts walking back, and you can see when she turns around, she has this very dour facial expression on her face. But she doesn't seem panicked, more disappointed. And so you, as it approaches, you see a group of one in the front who has very shiny, pristine armor. He kind of looks like that. Yeah. And he's walking up, and he's got 10 other individuals on horseback who are riding in a two-person side-by-side line behind him. So 5 back and 2 next to each other.
It does seem.
And he's kind of just slowly walking up, and he sees Allison, and he kind of motions to her, and she starts going around. She's like, "All right, everybody, come on, just gather up in here. Let's oh well, I don't know what's going to be said, but I'm sure that they want everybody to hear it. So come on, everybody." And everybody in the town kind of starts gathering around, like close by. And the individual who is in the front horse, who is wearing the gleaming armor, he kind of turns his horse to the side, so he's still on top, but he kind of flips the visor on his helmet up, and he's got a really, he's a human who's got a very rigid jawline. He seems very tough, and just looking at him, he looks like a very stern, serious person. And he kind of addresses everybody, and he says, "Greetings, everyone. My name is Unestro Belar. I'm the Grand Master from Isgarth, and I'm here to relieve Allison Delgado of her command." And you hear like a few gasps and a little bit of shock in some of the people as they're kind of, well, what's going on? What's happening? Slowly piecing it together. And he looks at the 10 behind him, and he's like, "Go ahead and make sure there's no one else in town who isn't hearing this." So they kind of fan out and start. And you notice that their armor is different than the guards here. It's much more ornate, and they carry pikes on their backs, but they also have long swords on their hips. And on top of the pike is a very ornate shield with like a lion's crest. And they are... does anyone have history as a proficiency?
Nope.
-2.
No.
Okie dokie. So they
They're
kind of
pretty.
fan out. They are very pretty.
Shiny.
And they fan out and they start going about the town. And every now and then you'll see they'll kind of shuffle somebody back to the middle. And Unestra Bilar looks about and he says, I don't know how much all of you have been informed about what's been going on in your town, but I am relieving Alison Delgado of command of the guard of this town. She has failed to determine and eliminate a serious threat both to this town and Isgarth, and that failure will result in her demotion. As for the remaining guards in town, you are all relieved of your duty. You may either remain here or seek shelter elsewhere. That's entirely up to you at this point. You will no longer be receiving pay, and you are no longer responsible for anyone's safety. At this point, the other 10 have kind of gathered around and says, me and my Praetorian guard here, we're going to take care of this town for the next 2 weeks. We've got a new contingent of guards coming here, and they'll help relieve Miss Delgado. Are there any questions? And nobody really raises their hand. Everybody kind of just doesn't know what to say. Even speaking, he's an intimidating presence that you get the impression that if you were to speak, he wasn't really asking genuinely for questions.
Well, I want to ask why. Why is she being relieved?
Oh, you must be one of the keepers who assisted her in eventually finding this.
At this point, Dimitri kind of wanders off in the back. He's still singing a song, and he's got a cup in his head. Like he was in the bathroom, and he just kind of comes out after leaving himself. Hey, blow them, man, down with. Are we not singing? Is that not a thing we're doing now, or something? And then he looks. Hey, guards! Hello, have a drink. Why is no one singing anymore?
To answer your question, this threat should have been determined long before the infected fish were sent to Isgarth. The fact that it slipped under Alison's nose is a testament as to why she should no longer be in command of this town.
The same infected fish that your guards let into the town?
Well,
I don't have any guards in this town. They've all been relieved of duty.
In Isgard?
Are you attempting to say that my guards were in on it?
I'm just asking a question.
I'll manage my house. You manage yours.
Well,
any other questions?
If you're saying Sally can't manage her house,
He's
and you're
just
going to do
ignoring
it.
Does it make a difference that the Haram Daram guy was mind-controlled and thwarting Alison's efforts in this regard? Or no, it doesn't make a difference? I don't really know how Praetorians work. Maybe it doesn't matter. Just a question.
It doesn't make a difference to him.
Any other questions?
Okay, I guess not. Do you want a drink? Because they have some.
No, thank you.
Oh, well, all right then.
Loss for you.
Now, anyone else in this village, if you're interested in eliminating the remaining threat that exists in the middle of the lake, now that we've gotten the situation in Isgarth control and this town in control, we've got a contingent of construction workers and soldiers who are going to go to the middle of the lake and demolish what remains in the center.
That's a good thing.
If anybody in this village wants to assist, we are offering a reasonable day's wages for every day of your assistance in demolishing that structure that thing was creating. You're free to help or not.
I turn around and leave. I'm not helping him.
I mean, I think we have a job to do elsewhere anyway.
And as you turn around and watch, he says, "Yep, just like a keeper. Go ahead and leave when you
want me to
think
attack
the
you,
job
don't
is
you?"
done."
Well, I assume you also follow orders, sir.
I give the order, son.
And no one gives orders to you. You're the final word in this entire area. There's no king, no liege, no one.
When it comes to the enforcement of the laws, I've been granted full authority by the Council of Isgarth.
Ah, okay. And when the Council of Isgard tells you to do something, you do it. You make sure it happens, yes?
Go back to your master puppet.
Oh, hey, now we don't have to be rude to the guy. I was having a nice conversation with him. He's clearly law enforcement individual. There's no reason to insult the man.
And he whips his horse and...
Drogo doesn't even, or Dimitri doesn't even notice. He's like talking to Tegan.
So
I mean,
he
come
can
on,
be
man.
rude
Like,
to me and I can't be rude back.
no, listen. What I'm saying is,
Go have a drink.
is,
Just go drink.
I mean, I already did that,
Just
thrown up twice, man. I'm good. But listen, my point is,
Keep going.
And we go on for a while. The guy wanders off. We don't even notice.
Okay. So everybody in the village, the celebration kind of unceremoniously has come to a stop. Everybody kind of starts heading back to their home, cleaning up here and there. and Allison starts walking back in the same direction that Onestro and his Praetorian guards were going.
Oh, she's going with him?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you cannot wash
She's
her.
kind of trailing behind. They're all on the horse.
Yeah, I just want to like catch up to her just real quick. Just a moment. I know this is not the best time for you, but you are a capable individual, and so regardless of what anyone here thinks, you have a variety of skills that could be useful. If you ever have an interest, if you let me know, can put a word in with the Sphynx. They need good people. You might have a different career path ahead of you if you're interested.
Well, I appreciate that, and I do believe that your attempts are genuine at comforting me in this time. I will say that if your job does involve frequently interacting with people who can disintegrate another person to dust,
I mean, that is part of it.
On that particular invitation, but I'm just happy to have kept a job. I don't need to be in control at this point. Trust me, there's no hard feelings here. It's true, I didn't do a thing to stop harm, Don. And in all fairness, I probably should have. But here we are. Here I am. At least I've got a place to live and a job to pay for food on the table. Can't complain too much about that.
Okay, well, not for everybody, but you just seem capable.
But do me a favor and do try not to turn into a pile of dust.
I'll do my best.
You won't do very
She's
good.
warming up to you.
Now's your chance
Well,
to
we went from
wash her.
I'm like,
we went from abject insult to like maybe I'm okay. I mean, this is a good move in my book.
Are we spending the night in this town, or are we hitting the
No,
road?
we're leaving.
Okay, I asked that real quick. I want to catch up to you, Nestro.
Okay, yeah.
I think we should.
He's not going very fast, so you can...
That's what I figured.
I think we should.
We can set up camp outside of.
Yeah, I would rather not.
Your
stay in
intentions
town.
are to destroy that which is in the lake, the stone structure.
And he looks down at you and he's like, "You can talk? Huh. Well, now I've really seen it all." Yes, my lizard friend.
I'm probably the only one who has seen it up close.
Well, we have gotten some information from Helga Allgood and his crew about where that is. They, I believe, maybe had assisted you in going in that direction. We've gotten the general idea from them about what the coordinates are of the structure. We've got 100 to 200 good men who are going to sail out in the morning and start tearing that thing apart. We're sending soldiers, of course, this time. We learned that lesson.
If you need assistance in sketching the dimensions, I can provide that for you.
Well, if you've got it, I'll take it. But I think we can manage on our own. Us humans have probably got this covered, I think. And he keeps walking.
Okay.
You're a douche.
Mama tried. Okay, that's fine.
And that's what you get for trying to help a human. I can say that now.
don't turn him.
You can say that.
Wow, you turned it quick.
Dude, you did, man. Like
human
your
hater.
your skin melted off, and you're all T1000 now.
I was never a human in the first place, so.
That's true. You thought you were an angel. You fallen angel. You weren't. You're just an evil machine.
So, what's your plan now?
Steelbot 5000.
That's right. There's a manga in there
I don't
somewhere.
think we should travel at night, so if we want to grab an inn or set up a camp, I think would probably be best.
Let's set up camp outside the town. It's a bit full these days with unsavory characters.
So, after the party, everybody went back to their normal gig?
Yeah, everybody kind of went back home.
And what time is it, roughly?
Probably like 8:39ish at night.
I want to go to the blacksmith real quick.
Okay.
Anybody want to go with me?
To the
Sure.
blacksmith?
Mm-hmm. I've got a project.
Sure.
Okay. I'll go to the
Are
blacksmith.
any shops still open?
No, actually, you get to the blacksmith shop and there's no one
Okay,
there.
fine. We'll go set up a camp and whatever.
Kim, you want to break out the dummies?
I'm already here.
No. I mean, you remember how we set up like the fake camp before, and I said save all that stuff?
No one's gonna
I'll just go in Century.
ambush us, right?
Why y'all
The
sleep?
time you are most likely to be ambushed is when you are certain you will not be ambushed. That's why it's called an ambush.
I'm missing a page.
Better listen. I am alive because I am always expecting to be attacked, and I often am. As you weren't there, but as these two remember from Doncaster, it happens at the blink of an eye when you least expect it. So be prepared always, I say.
No, you're alive because I'm here to protect you.
Well, this most time, yes, but she's come for me many times before.
Before actually we do anything, I want to take out the stone and talk on it. This time I want to use my talking giant.
Okay. What do you say in giant?
I just want to. This is day 7,000, whatever, how long I've had it. Just trying something different to see if anybody's out there.
Okay.
With the stone?
Yeah. I figure I've been doing it every day just to annoy the guy.
Just to
or
see.
person.
Or terrible entity from beyond reality.
Whatever.
Or tell my aunt directly where we are. One of those.
I never said where we were.
You're not telling them our coordinates?
So you're going to set up a camp just outside of there.
Yep.
You're able to set up camp. It's fairly uneventful. And when day breaks, what's the plan?
We're going to...
Well,
I guess we're going back to the mirror to...
No, there's another mirror.
There is a shrine to the Sphynx in Isgard,
Right.
and there's another one further west on the Great Road.
I put them on the map. So there's one right here,
Okay.
and there's one right here. And
But
we're right here.
Okay, remind me, John. So when we... the
See, I'm
mirror
not gonna-
broke.
There's a mirror there. and
We
there's a
mended the mirror and rested. Did we actually talk to the Sphinx or no?
No,
I don't think so.
because the
Okay.
mirror had lost its magic property after it was broken.
Right, so it's now a regular mirror.
Right.
We need to go to a different place. Okay, but we still need to have a meeting with the Sphinx and fill the Sphinx in on what we've done and what the scoop is and all that hamajama. So
How did we get the
missions.
missions?
in the mirror.
We haven't gotten one yet.
We haven't gotten them yet.
No, when we get the missions, we go. We
sorry.
talk to the
Yeah.
Sphinx.
I was
in the
giving
mirror.
you that so you knew
Sorry.
ahead of
So
time.
we,
so you don't have
as
to think about
characters,
it.
don't know about those
Correct.
yet.
I don't
Okay,
wanna-
sorry. I'm like, we're going to
No,
Angkor
I
Wat.
thought the same thing.
Let's not go to the Isgarth one. Let's go to the one that's just southwest.
They're about equidistant from you guys.
Let's go to the one in the southwest. It looks like there's not a town, and it's not as populated. And I really don't want to go to Isgarth.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm
Well, we
sure,
can't go to
I'm
Is-
sure Dimitri doesn't want to go either because that chance
no.
is his aunt finding him.
Right. Well, and plus it's a big city. Big cities have churches. Churches have people who come fawn all over him. He hates that. So, yeah. Let's.
So
Also, we can't go to the Isengard one anyway because the magic part is broken. So it's a mirror now. It's not a talk to the Sphinx mirror.
No,
It's
that's
just
a
a
different
fix your
one.
hair
That's a
mirror.
different
That's
one.
a different one. There's
Oh.
one near Molaire, which is where you
Which
had
is-
originally gotten
yeah.
your mission,
Oh,
and
I
where the
got
mirror was broken. In the actual city of Isgarth,
they have one.
There's
Oh,
a
in the
shrine
city.
to-
Oh, we're not doing that.
Shrine to-
No. No.
Let's go. What's the walking time distance? Or
by foot,
8 hours?
yeah, about
By horse would be what, 2?
half of that.
Let's not buy horses just for that. Let's just walk.
Okay. Per Dimitri, we're gonna walk to this
Just one days.
It's west of Heartburn.
Heronburn.
Yeah, that's what I said. Heronburn.
At this point, I think it's just a shtick that everyone gets all the city name wrong.
So,
Despite the fact that there are literally 3 copies of the map with all of the names printed on them.
Hey, at least
we
we're,
went
we'll
through-
move past that.
we're using them.
Just reading them wrong.
so okay. So we've been to
Okay.
we've been to Molar, past Icegarth, and now we're headed to. We passed Heartburn, and we're going to Kaysher.
No. So
Not yet.
there's a little triangle
No.
At that-
to the west
Key intersection.
of Heartburn.
Oh, I don't, is that on that map?
Oh, not on that
it's
one.
on this one.
I put
The
it
T
on. I
intersection.
put it on. This is a map I've been using. So right here, there's a
Oh, I
Sphynx,
see. Okay.
and then there's one in Isgarth.
Okay, so we're going to the we're Molar is somewhere here. So we're
Yeah.
going down the road until we hit the Sphinx.
Yes.
Got it.
After
I didn't
about
try one
an
yet.
hour of traveling down the Great
Have
Road,
one too, please?
you pass people every now and then. Not a ton of people, but a few people. And you all kind of stop for a moment because you see what looks like a fawn kind of limping across the middle of the road. There's tree coverage on either side.
Wait, a fawn? Can I
a
make
baby
a
deer?
perception check to see if there's anything following it, chasing after it, attacking it?
Sure,
If it's
yeah.
limping, something might have tried
Yeah,
to eat
roll me
it.
a perception.
Can I try to eat it?
Well, that's where I'm going with.
Hold on. I'll help.
7.
I got a 14.
So you see that it, you don't actually, even though it's limping, you don't see any like blood or anything. You don't see an obvious wound. And as it walks, you don't see it leaving a trail of blood. It looks like whatever happened to the wound, it did not actually puncture it or anything like that. So it's kind of...
Is it close to us?
Yeah, it's about maybe like 25, 30 feet in front of you.
So I have a +3 in animal handling. Does that mean like I could go up to it and potentially it would let me
You tell me what you want to do.
inspect it? I was thinking if I could like go up
That
to it
would
and
be an
gently see
animal
if I-
handling check.
Okay, that's what I would like to do.
Okay. So what are you doing exactly?
I'm gonna go up to the fawn and just see if I can see if it's like a fresh wound or maybe just
Well,
You're
roll
trying
me
to
an
get it to
animal
be-
handling first.
You're trying to
see
get
how
it to not
friendly it
run
is to
away
you.
from you out of fear so you can look
Why?
at it.
right.
Okay, roll me animal handling.
With my new dice.
And don't forget, Quetzal can talk to animals.
Right. 19.
Or we could just eat it.
19? Yeah,
We're
I
not
mean,
eating.
We all have to eat.
you approach
I
and
don't.
it
No,
kind of
That's where I'm going.
and it kind
And
of
I'm like,
limps
I
a
don't
little
have
bit
to eat
towards
it.
you, and it
Petting
kind of
it.
accepts it. It leans into your hand a little bit.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Snap
So I'm
its
gonna
neck.
look at its leg. You said it's limping, and just see if it's fresh or if it's maybe an
It's a
old wound
trap.
that's
You don't
healed.
see any external wound.
Okay.
While she's doing that, I want to look around to see if there's anybody watching us.
Roll me perception.
Do I have?
I got a 22.
Yeah, you don't see anybody.
Do I have a line of?
Way back behind you, going towards Molaire, there was like a family with a wagon and stuff, but they're like 200 feet back. But other than that, you don't really see anybody.
Is there? Do I have a line of sight to the fawn that doesn't include Bree?
You could position yourself in a way that does. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna position myself in a way that does.
Okay.
Harpoon.
What do you?
I'm not doing anything yet. but
If I don't see anything, I'm just gonna, I guess, look around and see if I see anything
Catch it.
fishy.
Hold on to it.
You don't see anything, and it kind of like lays down a little bit next to you.
Don't fall.
I'll cast Speak with Animals and then approach it.
Okay.
I'm standing next to him while he's talking to it, getting prepared.
Okay.
I'm a ways back.
I don't trust animals.
I'll just ask it. Don't trust people. Don't trust animals.
Ooh, I trust you.
Okay, there you go.
Lizards.
I'm a people and an animal. Your heart is it?
We didn't ask for your 2 cents.
Do you want to like roll up
The
a character and
truth
join the
comes
game?
in,
Because you'd be
okay.
awesome.
Your heart is new or old?
What languages do you speak?
Animal.
Draconic Common, Primordial, Druidic.
Okay.
But
I can comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration, unless as a, yeah,
It stops kind of like nuzzling Bree,
sure.
and it looks over at you, and it says in Druidic, it says, "Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's good. It turns out he was right about all of you." And then the fawn just kind of like disappears.
Just disappears, poof.
And
Or
then,
disappears.
and then you all kind of hear some rustling in the bushes coming like from behind you and to the left.
And I didn't see that.
I turn around and back away from the direction it's coming, keeping line of sight.
I pull out my bow and I point it at the.
Of course, my hammer and shield's out, and I'll start walking towards it.
Yep, my hand is raised, but I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
And the druid is just like, oh, it's fine. Of course, you didn't share any of that with us. We don't know that happened.
Y'all couldn't understand
I saw-
a word it said because it's spoken a language that
That
none
only
of y'all
you
know.
Yeah,
I
only
saw a
Chris-
fawn disappear. Yeah, I'm ready.
No, but what we saw was Quetzal's talking to animals as he sometimes does, and then we heard it make sounds that have no meaning to us. Quetzal understood it immediately, presumably as part of his spell,
And then it
the damn
disappeared.
thing disappeared. Yeah, I'm with
And then
you.
the
I'm
bush-
getting
yeah,
ready.
And then the bushes are rustling.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I think we might be attacked. So
So the rustling kind of stops for a moment, and you see emerging from the woods there a creature that's a little bit shorter than Bree, but it comes out and it's got a little cane and it opens its arms wide, and looks like that.
Is it flashing us?
No.
Is that a mushroom?
Yeah, can I see a little closer? What is his face? What's going on with his head? Is that his hat?
Yeah, he has a hat.
Oh, okay.
Just play past the phone.
oh yeah, hat. Okay, I'm with you. I thought he had a malformed cranium.
Yeah, it just looks like it. Like
Maybe
I
like a
wasn't
bone,
supposed to be able to distinguish humanoids from each other.
like a bone projection, there are some genetic abnormalities
It's a
that.
hat. He's wearing a hat.
It's just a weird hat.
That's a
It's
really
not
bad
the
hat.
most
It's got a feather
flattering.
in
He
it.
needs a trip to the haberdashery.
Okay.
The hat at Ashley.
Anyways, he opens his arms wide, and he looks at you guys and he says, "It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance."
In what voice? In what language?
He says this in common.
Okay.
Oh, well, it's nice to meet you. Who the hell are you? And hello.
Ah, hello. My name is Rixel Pixel Nickel Figglestagger.
Bless you.
Hey, I'm sorry. One more time.
Fix up pickles.
Rixel Pixel Nickel Figglestagger.
So, Stanley, here's my question to you.
To be fair, most people just call me Rix.
Great.
You're welcome to call me Rix because I think we're about to be fast friends.
Well, I hope so, Stanley, because you seem like a very nice guy. So, listen, here's the thing. What do you want?
So he just starts walking closer to you guys.
Nope.
That's fine.
Nope.
No, Bree, I don't think we should kill him right now. Pretty sure if it comes to that, you could kill him later, but probably we want to make friends with this guy.
Hold on. This is a first. You're worried about Bree killing somebody and not me?
Well, I'm pretty sure if Bree doesn't kill him, you'll at least wait to see if there's anything to steal first.
Okay.
So, wait, are you guys going to kill me or what?
No, I don't want to kill you. Listen, here's the deal. We have been attacked a whole bunch recently, little on edge, all of us. So you caught us at kind of a bad time. People have been betraying us and kind of messing with us a lot.
No. I'm totally aware of everything that's been going on with all of you.
Oh,
right,
good.
let's just cut to
lots of mind control, trickery,
Yep,
right?
no, that's
Very
that. Yep, no,
has
that's
me very worried.
That's
so
totally fair.
how do you know about all this stuff?
My master is a very observant one.
Who's
So-
your master?
Well, there's the little rub. I can't actually tell you who my master is because he was instructed me not to tell you.
Then I'm leaving.
Oh,
no,
come
no,
on.
no,
You haven't
no.
even heard my pitch.
Oh, I don't need a
Wait,
bitch.
so
You're looking for a mirror, aren't you?
Nope.
is there a pot of gold in this story?
Pot of gold. No. Why would there be a pot of gold?
Sometimes in the stories in the tavern there's gold, and so I just thought I would
I
ask.
don't have any gold.
Well,
Why would I need gold? They're just little shiny metal discs, right, my friend?
Give me more information on your master.
Okay, Ketzel, maybe you should talk to this guy. Seems to speak your language.
I'll sit down in the middle of the road with him, like
Okay.
literally at his height.
And he'll speak Druidic with you.
Sure.
No, speak English.
What's your?
Common.
What have you to say?
So we know what he says.
I know that you are all looking for a mirror, and I know why you're looking for the
Wait,
mirror.
are you
and that's-
talking in common right
No,
now?
he's talking in Druidic.
Okay.
Hey,
Wait,
could
no
you
fair.
would you care to share with the rest of us? I'll say in Celestial.
Are they always as insecure when people start talking in things they don't know?
Always, my friend. It's exhausting.
He's still talking. in
Could you,
Druidic.
yeah,
Why
comment?
don't- and he'll say this in common. He's like, why don't you guys just take a step back and just let me and this fella here have a little conversation, all right? It's not every day that you interact with a walking lizard
should
man.
pour some
That's kind of
Sphynx on
impressive if you really think about it. Most
I-
of the lizards are tiny. They run around. They do a little tongue thing. Eat some bugs. But this guy's walking around. He eats stuff. He shillelagh
he also
stuff.
smells.
I mean, we all agree he's very
I'll be with
impressive.
you in just a moment. Just hold on. And he goes back to Druidic and he's like, look, you seem like the most
All right,
reasonable
here.
person in this
Rock,
particular
paper,
party.
scissors. Who gets
So-
to kill him?
I want you to know,
1, 2, 3,
I'm
shoot.
aware that you're looking for a
ha,
and I would love to
Dimitri
help
will
you
kill him.
If you miss, I'm up.
put your journey to the
Okay,
mirror
this
a little
fair.
bit
This
shorter.
fair.
I think Bree's mad she didn't get in on
Breeze,
that.
Breeze like
Why would
circling
you
the area
give us
looking
this
for
aid?
other little
Well,
Aid
guys.
is not is
no, this is
not
the thing.
given for
You and I are
free
gonna
in
argue
this-
about
in
killing
this
him.
day
By
and
the time we
age.
turn around,
I
Bree will be
don't
standing
feel
over his
like
dead
I,
body with him.
could
His
call
short
you
sword.
an
What's your sleight
ally
of hand?
just at this particular point, but I do think that
Hi, +4.
I do think that in the future,
Try to steal something from
if
him.
things go the way that my master
I
thinks they
could.
might go, it would prove beneficial for us to have a mutual alliance. And so, on behalf of him, as a gesture of goodwill, he sent
Actually-
me in order to assist you in your particular conundrum that you're facing right now. Now, you should consider that the last mirror you went to was broken. How do you know the next one won't be broken as well?
I have advantage on sleight of
We
hand.
would,
Oh, you do?
if it's broken now, it will be broken days from now.
I've got your solution now. Here's the solution. You don't even need the mirror. All you need is a little bottle of water, and I can assist you with
And
that.
some gold.
My master has given me certain magical capabilities, which I'm sure would not be strange to you. So, there's a little puddle of water a little bit ways off into the forest there. You all come with me. I assist you. You can talk to your master, the Sphynx. My master is satisfied that I've assisted you in this particular endeavor, and then I go on my way. You go on your way, whichever way that might be.
While he's talking, can I see if I can pick his pocket?
You can try.
That's my thief.
You are in the middle of the road. and
Right.
he's sitting in the middle of the road.
Yeah, but Dimitri and Tegan are debating who gets to kill him first and being as obvious a distraction as we can possibly be.
Okay.
Like,
So maybe she
they're
gets
being putzes. He's talking druidic.
maybe she gets advantage or something.
Yeah. Well, considering it's out in the open,
I'll be extra loud in
so the
front of them.
distraction makes it so you don't have disadvantage.
Ooh,
but
hold
you're
on,
just
I
trying
have.
to
Look at that!
walk up on someone in the open.
Oh, walk around. Totally different.
You can
Yeah,
walk
if I'm
around.
really quiet and I come up behind him.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check first.
Where's stealth? Where is it? Up high?
Can I give her advantage
I
by
got,
being really loud?
20.
You're
It's a dirty
canceling
20.
out the fact that she's just out in the middle of the open.
Oh!
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. All right. Now roll me a sleight of hand.
That's it. That's what I'm calling it from now on.
Okay.
You don't have
And
a plus?
Ketzel would see you.
Hold on, you have a plus on sleight of hand, don't you? Or is that with
If
your
you're
plus?
anything
That's
but
what it is.
invisible,
Okay.
Ketzel would see you coming up behind him. Does Ketzel do anything?
No.
Okay.
Just talking to this guy.
So you sneak up on him. He has a couple of pouches, one on the left and one on the right, kind of on his little end. Which one are you trying to pull something out of?
Is he left or right-handed?
You don't know.
Like, just by the way he's gesturing?
He's
would I be able
tossed
to
the
tell?
little staff he carries. He's had it in both hands at different points, so you're not exactly sure.
Left.
I'm gonna say roll a dice. Because what happened last time you chose a color?
Roll me a d6. Even's good. Odd is bad.
4.
Okay. You reach in and you feel what feels like a little piece of glass, and you kind of slowly pull it out, and it's red, and it looks like what you know from prior experience to be a healing potion.
Cute.
Good job. We still need to get it looked at before.
Okay, and I'll sneak back.
Okay. And so he looks at you. So what say you? Thou a little help from a mysterious benefactor.
Dimitri sits down and starts meditating.
Mysteries are unbalancing factors. We wish to, the name and motivations of my master. I would trade you so that things are in equanimity and balance with the name of and motivations of your master.
I start beating my hammer and shield together.
There's
There you go.
a bit of a hiccup there,
Clink,
though.
clink.
You see, it's not that I don't want to tell you. It's that I actually can't. I am physically incapable of telling you the name of my master.
You don't know it?
No, I know
I'm
it.
sorry, I can't hear
But
you.
anytime
we
I
don't
try
know
to
what
say
he's
it, it just
saying.
comes out. See, anytime I try to...
Are you
I
guys
can't
done
actually-
over there?
No,
it's
we're still
impossible
talking.
for me to
Hey,
tell you.
Ketzel, what is he saying?
Let me confer with my comrades on the road, and we will briefly debate your offer.
All right, but if you have any questions, just come on back and ask old Rick's a question if you want to know a little bit more information.
I'll stand up, walk over to these guys. I guess you're there too, magically. And I will.
Guys, totally got a healing.
If y'all heard what he said, I'll just relay essentially that in comments.
I heard only some of it.
Basically, he's. I'm not gonna do this in character, but just for the speed of it all. He knows you want a mirror. We don't need a mirror because he can use some sort of magic on a puddle of water, and we can talk to the Sphynx via his magic, and that somehow his master wants us to do that.
Well,
And to benefit us and help the master, I don't know, but he can't name who it is. I said, hey, you know who our master is and what she wants. Tell us the name of your master and what he wants, and he just can't do that.
I do think it would be helpful. One worry
He's saving us a journey to the next mirror because it might be broken there
Well,
too.
I'm suspicious as to
that was
how
my-
they know.
That
how
was
he
my
knows
worry.
so much.
If they can break one mirror, what's to say they can't break many?
That's
How
true.
far away are we from a functional mirror? This might be a
Well,
real.
I
far away
don't, I
are
don't
we?
have anything for Arcana.
This is only about an hour into your journey, so you're still about 7 hours away.
Yeah, I mean,
Does anybody who has more in Arcana, does this sound fishy when it comes to
No,
Can I roll an
I
Arcana
would
check
add
to
Arcana
see?
or
spells
nature.
or?
All right.
you would be
It would
nature.
provide different types of information, but
Okay. I rolled terrible, so I can't recall right now.
No,
and he rolled a 1.
growing up in the desert oasis, I heard nothing about this.
About
Okay, I got a 14
magical
in
water
Arcana.
puddles?
Okay.
So, Mr.
hold on.
Hazen.
Yeah, 14.
It seems clear he's some sort of fae.
Are phase typically?
How did I roll a
Good.
better Arcana?
There
than
are
you?
both good and
I
bad
only have a
faes.
+2.
have a minus
There
2.
are many.
I rolled a
faes
4
who
on
just
the
like
die.
nothing
That's
people.
how.
That's not uncommon.
Right.
But
and his
for-
Irish accent.
Sounds fishy to me.
Little
But for a
mischievous.
Fae to come out, and it is slightly unusual for them. I mean, most Fae are on the plane in the Feywild. That's like their home plane. And you find Fae in the world, but it's slightly uncommon to just find them in the middle of
Does anybody have a charm
forest.
spell?
No.
Not memorized.
And from the
Probably.
distance,
Let's-
Rick kind of looks over. Have you guys reached a decision yet?
Let's just do it. Get it over with.
Are you offering a?
What's like the worst that could happen?
What is the price?
Hold on.
It's
He
some
needs.
sort of
He just
trap.
needs a puddle of water, right?
Then his master, for good or bad, hears us talking to our benefactor.
Right, but they already know everything that we
Well,
are
they say they
doing.
do, but all he needs is a
Anyway.
puddle of water.
Or he says
We have
he
a.
does.
I have a flask full of water. Can I just pour it in dig a small hole and pour it in there?
Sure.
Don't believe he knows as much as he says he knows just because he says it. Otherwise, I have a mule to sell you, right? I mean, the guy says he knows, so we
Well,
have he
but he
knows.
alluded to the fact that like Quetzal doesn't really know anything about money. and
Well, so
that's
does
kinda-
every fortune teller in every town we go to. Oh, let me tell you, some of them actually know divination magic. Some of them just know how to relieve people of their money.
Okay. So here's the option: have him do it, or go to the next shrine, which is 7 hours away.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we go to the next shrine, and if that one's broken, then we call out to this guy. He shows up and does it then.
And in an instant, you like look down, and he's like right next to you guys, like part of the huddle. He's like, "Ooh, that's not really going to work for my schedule, actually. It's kind of a now or never type of situation because I've got places to be. You aren't the only mission that my master sent me on."
Well, if you can't speak, and I'll say this in Druidic, if you can't speak your master's name, you can at least tell us what he seeks. You have no prohibition against that.
That is a fair question to ask. I'll tell you this. My master seeks to preserve the integrity of the Feywild. He has an inclination that if things continued on the path that they've been going down, it's possible that the Feywild might be tainted.
By
of
what?
sorts. By what?
Tainted by what? Oh, I didn't hear that. So never mind.
I'll reply. I'll relay that in common and then switch to common and say, let's speak the language
Okay.
that all may understand.
Game
All right,
question.
fine,
Game
fine.
question for you. If I cast comprehend languages on myself, can I comprehend Druidic then?
Yeah.
Because it's any language. So I'll cast comprehend languages on myself, and then I'll start participating in their conversation.
can't-
Well,
actually
no,
speak.
we're now
It lets you
switching to common.
understand, but
Okay, well then I'll at least understand what's being said.
but I mean, if you're insisting on switching to common, he'll
No, I just said it for
Yeah.
these guys. Plus, I don't want you hearing Druidic and then understanding it.
Because he's
Like, I
actually
need-
Well, that's
talking.
happening
myself.
anyway.
Because he's actually talking bad about you.
Look,
Yeah, exactly.
I can't actually give you the name of my master, but I'm happy to give you the thing that I give to every person who happens to ask me about that, and that is one of my favorite things in the world, a riddle.
How about this? How about you give us the item? Tell us how it works.
Or it's not an item.
What is
It's
it?
all of me.
He's got
I'm
the magic.
the magic.
He's got
All
the
of you.
magic.
All of me is the magic.
That's creepy. I'm not going to use him.
Well, no,
Don't
I mean,
worry
it's in
about
me. I can expel
That's even
it.
worse.
Well, I mean, you've got a
You can-
filthy mind.
You can expel it into
Okay, how much water?
It's a spell.
How much water do you need?
Well, not very much. It depends on how big you want the picture to be, I suppose.
That's
40.
a good
And then
choice.
we can just talk to the Sphinx.
Absolutely.
what? How do we know it's the Sphynx and not some illusion?
Well, I
So
guess
you can't
could
tell us
do-
your master's name. How do you know so much about us?
Oh, maybe because he knows a lot about you.
How does he know so much? Is he
Well,
like
because he takes an interest in the ongoing situation and plights of the material plane,
Let's just go, guys.
especially when they might impact the Feywild.
is he like
Why-
omniscient?
Why do you
No,
think?
not. He's got informants all around you. The birds, the fish, the king of the birds.
Oh, here we go.
The king of the birds?
The
Wait,
king of the birds.
haven't you talked to the king of the birds?
Fish.
Twice.
That's why I was engaging in conversation. We both have a mutual acquaintance.
Wait, so why? Okay, why does your master think the Feywild might be in jeopardy? What about the many threats that we have faced over the years suddenly involves the Feywild when it never has before?
It's not the many threats you've been facing, it's the most recent one that's got his eye.
Oh, this guy?
Me.
The poofy guy?
No, I'm not talking to him. I'm making my hand like a claw. This guy?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy's a threat to everybody.
Oh, exactly. So
But
you know
why? But why the Feywild specifically? Far as I can tell, he doesn't have any interest in the Feywild specifically.
Not yet, but did you see what he did to the plane of water?
What about the other?
Yeah, no, I
element?
agree. That's a problem.
All right.
Do you know? Do
I'm
you have
not
it?
saying we're allies yet. Obviously, that would be a bit presumptuous of me to assume that we would be such fast friends that you would trust me entirely.
But we're entrusting you with
But I kind
your
of want to.
magic.
Just a little bit of trust in my magic. Yeah.
So
that's
here's
right.
the thing. I really kind of want to trust this guy. He just seems like a good guy.
I don't.
But
Thank you.
but I seem to be alone in that regard. So
No, it's fine. Let's
we
just
can do it
do
in the
it.
little puddle here. You don't have to go into the woods with me. I get you're a little on edge from what's been going on. But go ahead, take a look around. There ain't nobody around here.
okay.
There's no humans around here. Doesn't mean there's not more Fae.
Okay, listen. You can turn into a big scary animal, right?
Potentially.
I mean, Quetzal can do that, and you speak the same gibberish he speaks, so you could probably do that
Seems
too.
a little presumptuous that just because we speak the same language, we can do the same things.
Well, you both seem to be entities with power.
I mean,
so
I happen to be able to turn into a big animal, yes. But
Would you-
that's presumptuous nonetheless.
well, I don't mean it to be insulting. I'm trying to prove a point to my angry friend. Would you do me a favor and just turn into something scary and then turn back into yourself without harming anyone?
Like, how scary are we talking here?
Like as scary as you can be.
I can be pretty scary.
Then do it and then turn back, but don't actually hurt anybody.
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
And he steps back a little bit. He's like, and the magic begins. And he
puts on a show.
He flashes and he turns into like he looks like this giant rock elemental. And he's like, and he says in primordial, he's like, how's this one for you?
And then I'll be like, that's pretty good. I like that.
And then he
And I
He's back into his form.
like immediately respond as primordial. Okay, so Tegan, here's my point. He can do this. If he wanted to kill us, he would be doing this already because he clearly has ability to be aggressive and scary. Not that you couldn't kill him, but if he wanted to kill you, he would probably have tried already.
It's true. I could definitely kill you if I wanted to.
No, I
Why-
said you would try.
Why
There's
did
a
he try
difference.
to trick us?
I don't think he's trying to trick
He
us.
did
I
try
just
to
think,
trick us.
I think he's, no offense, I think he's the type of peoples what like to be
Trick people.
dramatic. And so I think he's being dramatic, but I don't think he wants to hurt us right
So
now.
I fish in my pouch and I'm like, it's time for the decision stones again. One black, one white, one black, one white, one black, one white, one black, one white.
Quetzal, you always do this. Listen, this is your guy. What do you think we should do?
We should vote.
Why do you always
I
want to
secretly
vote?
put a token in the bag that is white, which says,
Right, white is yes.
White is yes, but
Right.
you don't see me do that. So
Right.
mark the player, put votes yes, but meaning trust the guy.
Okay,
So
Can I roll to see
Dimitri.
if I saw him do that?
Okay, Dimitri really doesn't like.
Perception check.
Now, I hold the bag in front of you. I'm shaking the
So
bag.
Dimitri does what he does every time, which is he shows everyone his stone because he
Roll,
hates
and
secrecy.
Quetzal, roll me a sleight of hand.
So
Me? Okay.
I got a 23.
6.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
see
I
him.
wasn't very.
Yeah.
So Dimitri every time reveals his stone because he hates this kind of secrecy. So he pulls out a white stone and shows it to everyone, and then puts it in
Okay.
the bag.
Yeah.
Just so you know what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Okay.
I just flipped mine in.
Okay.
What color do you put in?
White.
Yes to go, whites to go.
What whites to?
Yes,
what
it's
white
easy.
is to
White
say?
is trust.
Do the stupid guy
I
thing.
put a black one in. I don't
Okay.
want to do it.
Shake, shake, shake. I throw them on the ground.
They're all white.
The stones have
Mine's not white.
No,
They're all white.
You put a black one in, but all white came out
Yeah.
because he's
So
fake.
it's unanimous then.
Oh, good. I'm glad we all agree.
Excellent. I'm so glad to hear
Gather
it.
the decision stones. Put them back in my pouch.
This is so good. Everybody agrees. I was really worried there for a minute.
Yeah, it's
I
nice
didn't
to have
agree.
unanimity.
Y'all cheated.
Oh,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here, just pour your water out. Let's do the puddle thing, huh? It's actually quite fun.
Actually, hold on, no problem. And Dimitri pulls out a big, just sort of wooden bowl from his bag. And pours.
Not the metal bowl, not the brass.
No, not the metal bowl. No, that's why I said wooden. Because I specifically
wanna
did
pour
not
my-
pull
I wanna
out
pour
that
some-
bowl in front of the Fae.
I could put oil in there instead.
Maybe
Does
don't
it have,
do that.
Does it have to be water?
I eat
mean,
out of...
technically any liquid.
No, please don't. I eat out of this bowl.
Well, it's just flavor.
And I put water. It's not olive oil you've got, right? It's kerosene. We're not doing that. I do want to do fire breathing spell at some point. Not that way. So and then Dimitri will pour some wine into the bowl.
White
Tell
wine?
us. No, red wine.
Okay.
He's not a barbarian.
It's a little hard
Rosé.
to see.
He's got red wine.
So you pour the wine in, and Rix goes over to it, and he's like, you guys are going to love this. And he starts speaking in Druidic, and he just kind of mutters some special words. And then there's like ripples. Nothing
What
touches
words,
it.
Ryan?
I know it sounds like gibberish, but trust me, it's magic.
Oh no, I understood every word. Very cool.
And so then the wine kind of ripples from the center, and it ripples out, and you see the face of the Sphynx with her ornate jewel kind of dressings, and her hair that's been braided. And she looks and says,
Thank you.
finally.
Hello! It's so good to see you. Hopefully, you're not mad that we contacted you this way, but the mirror broken.
I'm aware that they have been destroying some of my means of communication with you.
It's a problem.
Who's been doing that?
Oh, this guy, remember? Scary, you're all
yeah.
dogs.
It's not important right now who's done it. I'm working on it currently.
He told us we were nothing, but he really wanted to get to you, so you should, you're pretty powerful, but, check the locks and, keep the lights on kind of thing.
I am confident in my ability to protect myself. But you all have places to be. And she recounts, and I had printed them out. Let me see here. I know I'd sent you guys the two options. So she recounts.
Nobody voted on.
Some people voted.
I did. I voted twice. In character and out of character.
Okay. So she tells you.
Both of them. He voted for neither.
I voted for both.
Neither?
Well, what I didn't want to do is Mark the player didn't want to spend an hour talking about what we should do.
Yeah.
So
You're like, I'm good
my
either way.
player character was like, I'm not going to say because then there could be a tie.
I see. Okay.
And
So
then we're
she-
going to spend a night debating each other.
To summarize briefly, she says, Headmaster Arasha Valoon of the Institute of Higher Magics and Planar Studies in Angor Wat has requested the assistance of the Keepers of the Pact. There has been an experiment gone awry. They were attempting to use the astral plane in order to transport objects across vast distances, but they believe, or at least she believes, that there is someone who is a mole within the organization and sabotaged the program. In result of that, my understanding is that many, let's say, extra-dimensional threats have emerged within the university, well, they're requesting some assistance dealing with that and also solving the problem more permanently. Now, that was the mission I was intending to send you on until I heard from Einar Figglestaff in Doncaster, which at least most of you are familiar with, and he identified that in the Gravelfoot district of Doncaster, where many of the lesser fortunate individuals live, there was reports of people behaving strangely. Of course, that was not unusual until they found the body of a man, and when they went to inform his family, they saw the man there speaking with his child, reading a bedtime story. The guards then disposed of the body for who knows what reason they would have had, other than they don't care. But the fact that there was a dead body and that man still was living is obviously of interest and concern. So, I intended to send you to Angor Wat, but if you so chose, I would allow you, since you have prior contact with Einar, to make your way to Doncaster and pursue that option as well. I don't normally do this, but in this one occasion, I'll leave the decision up to you, and in any event, I'll send some other keepers to the other option.
Now decision time, guys.
I vote for Doncaster.
I mean, it's dangerous, but if you want to go, we could go.
I mean, if they're messing with people,
Yeah, that's bad.
people's lives.
And as much as I hate going in there, the church might.
Maybe
They could help.
they'll throw us a party.
Well, let's hope not. But they do. It is the deity of magic. It's possible they would have some archives some library on, magical creatures that could do this sort of thing. It could be valuable to spend time in the library there. I would prefer not to go into that church with you, but,
The church has a good library.
They do. Very useful resource.
And we've got contacts. We could potentially solve this fairly quickly and still help with the other if we have time.
I don't think that's how it works. We get to pick one, and then the Sphynx is going to send other agents.
Oh, to do the other.
Yeah, okay. We could, I think Angkor Wat sounds really interesting, but, yeah, we could, we could go to Doncaster, I suppose.
Doncaster's on the other side of the map.
I want to be clear. Usually, when I go back to a place I've been before, then my aunt sends assassins to try to kill me till I die from it. So, that's already happened once last time we were there. So just go with your eyes open, knowing that if you choose this, it's not my fault if someone tries to kill you,
Well,
okay?
we're always kind of aware that she's sending someone to kill you.
I'm always
As
aware
our friend
somebody's
Brian
trying to kill you.
Somebody is
He's just
always trying to
listening.
kill me, that's true.
He's just sitting around listening.
Okay.
It's not usually it is usually my aunt, but sometimes it's other people.
Like me.
Is she still in
That's true.
the bowl?
In the one.
She's just listening to us.
Yeah, I mean, he's just leaving the connection open until you tell him otherwise.
Are you, and I look at the Sphynx, are you upset with us that he is here listening?
Who's?
Oh.
He's not within view. He's kind of like standing to the side. He's
we're
not like,
talking to you from a puddle of water
and
because...
Wine.
If you look over at him, he's like,
Yeah, because
No, come.
this fake
And I grab
creature...
him
This,
and I pull him out.
yeah,
Poofy
this fake
disappears.
creature offered to assist us.
roll me grapple. So that's athletics.
Huh, can I?
No, she's grabbing.
13.
Okay. You grab him, and your arm just like slides over his arm. He's like, no, really, I'm
And I say no, and then I pull him over.
all right. Roll your.
Hold on, that's athletics. 21.
Okay. You grab him, and you squeeze a little bit harder, and you're able to grab him. He's like, I know I'm really good. It's fine. And he snaps his finger, and he reappears 30 feet away. And he's like, no, I'm good. You guys keep going.
Okay, so let's tell the Sphynx everything about this.
So I basically recount. I describe him as best I can, which is probably not a good description. And then I.
Some weird cranium thing going on.
It's a weird. His head is very strangely
I think
shaped.
it's
He's
just
about
his
this
hat,
tall.
though. It's just his
He
hat.
needs to go
Okay,
to Costco
he's
with
got-
hats and get new.
He is in desperate need of a haberdashery. But that aside, he said, "Hey, not gonna tell you who my master is, but he's a Fey guy, worried about the Fey wild. This thing that threatened the Sphynx threatened the Fey too, so gonna help you out. Open the portal. You can talk to your master without the mirror. I'm a nice guy." And I said, "Hey, seems like a nice guy. Let's talk to the Sphynx." And then I thought, you know what? Maybe Sphynx doesn't like that we're talking this way. Maybe she doesn't like people listening in the conversation. Normally the mirror's in a cave. Maybe shouldn't be doing it on the street. Maybe bad idea. Maybe better tell her what's going on. So I'm telling you what's going on.
She smiles at me. She's like, that's a lot to take in, obviously, but I am not familiar with the individual you've described. However, I will say that also means that I am not aware of him being an immediate threat to any of my machinations.
Do you have any idea who his master could be?
Not off the top of my head. I need to know a little bit more about him. But I will tell you that I leave the judgment of whether you should trust him or not up to you. You've been with me in my service long enough that I trust whatever decision you decide. But I'll say that it doesn't immediately strike any chord of a known threat or enemy.
That's fine. Just didn't want to be rude to you after you've been honest with me this whole time. So,
It's appreciated.
yeah. So, what are we doing?
I think Doncaster, right?
I mean, that sounds like what we're doing, I guess.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
Is there only one voice in the party?
Yes, normally.
I mean,
Do I
I'm-
need to break out the decision stones
No.
again?
Why? You cheat.
I don't cheat.
He doesn't cheat.
listen,
What
I'm
does
of.
it
My problem is I'm of two minds. I'm very interested in Angkor Wat. I'm very worried about going to Doncaster because I don't want to die. I don't want you to die. But seems like we're all pretty capable, or at least you three are. And nobody seems super worried
Your
about
opinion.
it, so maybe I'm worrying for nothing. So
I know
yeah,
you did.
that's fine. Let's go to Doncaster. What's the worst that could happen?
2 for Doncaster.
Okay, then that's it. Then we're going to Doncaster.
Okay, great. So
Excellent.
Let's turn around and go to the other side of the world.
I'll send word to Einar that you're en route.
great.
You may want to get some horses.
Would you do me one favor? Would you mention to Einar that I'm a good guy and remind him that I healed him after he was stabbed?
By you, because of you.
Because of me, sure, but not by me. I healed him after assassins that came after me stabbed him in the gut. I just don't want him to, like, greet me with a knife. I want him to talk to me first. Then if he tries to kill me, fair game.
How many times have you been stabbed in the gut by people you let go?
I mean, it's more than once, less than 10, you know.
And every time I want to kill them,
Now have a new choice.
I want to kill them, and you're like, no, let's let them go. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to get stabbed.
Well, that's not exactly how it goes,
So,
but I mean, there's some.
I don't want to sound ungrateful for the years of service you've given to me, but your personal matters are of little concern to me. I will inform Einar of the identity of the 4 keepers I am sending to Doncaster for his assistance, and that should suffice. You should be able to discuss whatever personal matters you have upon reaching Doncaster.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take care of it myself. Good point. Okay, good talk. Thanks so much.
Okay.
And
Rex looks up and he's like,
Yeah, you coward.
So
he snaps his
Show
finger in
your
the
face.
wine.
when he's asking if we're done, Dimitri picks up the wine and starts to drink it.
Oh, it'll be fine. It's
So
probably
how
fine.
far can you snap your fingers and travel?
Oh, I don't know. And he snaps and he's right next to you guys again.
So
Is that
you-
the furthest you can do that?
Well, the magician doesn't reveal all his secrets.
So
How
we're
far
trying.
can you take us?
So since you heard, we're trying to get to.
taking you?
You want to help? Your master wants to help.
I mean, I could do this, and he snaps his finger, and he's like, he turns to a horse.
Oh,
Oh, well, that's
That horse
pretty good.
can't hold me.
I'll hop on.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I weigh 400 pounds.
Yeah, you're not.
And I lean over to the horse and I'm like about to say thank you, and then I just because I just drank a whole bunch of wine, I loudly burp in his face,
You didn't drink it.
and then I didn't.
He made it disappear.
Oh, did he? Oh, so I'm drinking it and it disappears.
No, he just stopped the magic. The wine is still
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yeah, so I down all the wine and then I like burp loudly in his face.
And the horse talks, and it's like, oh, I forgot one thing. I have one bit of item. If you check the sacre bag that's back there, I did have instruction from my master to give you the one thing.
And I reach in there.
Instructions from your master.
For us?
Well, take it or don't. I don't care.
I took it out. What is it?
It's a hat.
Oh,
Why don't you
it's
see?
not his hat, is it? 'Cause
No, it's
See
not
if there's
his hat.
anything. See if there's anything else in his bags.
There was a potion of healing, but it's not there anymore.
Oddly
And
enough.
as you take the hat, I was like, it's a hat of disguise. I thought it might come in handy. I told my master if at any point you needed it.
Cool.
That's very useful. Thank you. It's
A hat of
very
disguise.
useful.
You better wear it.
So he's coming with
Maybe
us to
you should
Doncaster?
wear
Are you
it
coming
and
with
look
us to
like one of
Doncaster?
us, make less,
Oh no,
or maybe not. Maybe it's more
I've got lots
intimidating.
of things to do. But
Will we
that
see
would
you
be
again?
nice if you knew I could turn into a horse.
Do you know any
Oh.
shortcuts to Doncaster?
Nope.
Could you take us as far as the nearest town where we could buy less
a cart?
ostentatious horses?
Well, I suppose you could just walk the hour back to Molaire.
So what you're saying is you really don't want to help us. Thank you.
I think he was
You
helpful.
can't.
He was helpful. Thank you for your help.
Not helpful.
Okay.
Let's go.
It was kind of.
Will we see you again?
I hope not.
And he
Saved
stops
us a
being horse and
7-hour
you
walk
fall-
to a possibly
You
broken
fall
mirror.
off. 'Cause he
Can
stops
I
being
can I
horse.
make
I'd rather make a walk.
check to try to not let her fall on
But
her
I didn't
rear?
get a
Yeah, roll
chance to.
me. Make it a
Dex?
Yeah, just make it a sleight of hand because it's testing how quick you are.
And he fell.
18.
Yeah, you catch her.
Okay,
Doesn't
I
take the 1 point of falling down.
catch her and set her down.
Watch out, Bree. He's going to try to wash you.
No, listen.
Oh, sorry.
She
You're right.
saved
No,
my
no.
life a whole bunch of times already. The least I could do is catch
wash
her
her.
once in a while.
Wash her.
I think it's definitely possible that we might cross paths again, and if we do, I very much look forward to it. This has been immensely entertaining.
I'm gonna like thumb flip a copper
He
at
doesn't
it
need money.
for
He
your
just lets it
trouble.
fall to the ground. He's like, already said I don't need the little discs.
Oh, I know, but I wanted to do something nice for you. You're doing nice things for us.
Sure. And he picks up the disc and he's like, and it's gone. He's like, ooh, check behind your ear.
All right, and I check behind my
There's
ear.
nothing there, and he disappears.
That guy is annoying, but kind of cool. I don't know. I'm undecided.
Okay.
So
Let's walk back
instead
and
of
get some horses.
Back to Molaire. Great.
are we closer to Malaire or Heartburn?
You're only 1 hour out of Molaire, so you're closer to Molaire.
And
Okay.
that's going east, which is sort of the way we want to go, right?
I didn't
All
know how
right,
close
back
we
to
were.
Molaire.
And we have to get a horse and cart if I'm going to ride.
Okay.
You just gonna ride in the cart? Just
I would
wait
have
there?
to since I'm 400
too
pounds.
heavy.
I can't ride a horse.
Oh, you can't?
No, he'll break a horse's back.
Oh.
I mean, I might be able to ride an ox.
Well, actually, you could ride. Actually, I take it back. You could ride. No,
Being honest.
you could probably ride a Clydesdale. Or I've ridden a Clydesdale. They're pretty stout.
I
But they don't go
think
fast.
about how much gold that would be to get a horse like that.
Yeah, that's true. A
Probably
heavy
just
draft horse.
We could probably just rent a cart, a horse and
Yeah.
cart,
No, we could buy a cart for.
How much do you weigh?
400.
Okay. A riding horse can actually
How
carry you,
tall
or a
are
draft
you?
horse.
You're huge.
They can carry.
He's got to be
Does
like
that
The draft
include
horse
all
has a
your
capacity. It
land-
can carry up to
your
540.
He's basically an NBA
Okay.
player made
So
of
you
metal.
you can ride.
Like
a
he's
regular
just.
Okay.
Now the horses are 50 gold apiece.
like
I
the
mean, a war
mountain.
horse is strength 18. That can carry you easy, but that's a freaking war horse.
There's
war horse.
capacities listed for each of the types of horses. So
How much-
a draft horse can hold 540 pounds, and a riding horse, which has a faster move speed, it can carry 480 pounds.
What page are
Okay.
you guys on?
I'm 6'5".
I'm not on a
He's on the
page.
So you're the
DMZ
mountain,
probably. I'm just on the
basically.
Now I am, yeah.
back of Player's Handbook.
A robotic mountain.
Tack
I was
horse.
war
shorter
horse can
when I
carry
found out I was Warforged, like
540.
gears released.
Yeah.
There it is.
A draft horse, which can carry 540
540
pounds and has a
pounds.
move speed of 40 feet, is 50 gold.
But actually, a riding
50
horse can
gold.
carry. Hey, a riding horse can
480.
carry 480.
Right, and it's 75 gold, and it has a move speed of 60 feet. So you,
Basically, war horses are just draft horses trained for war because they're the giant.
right,
freaking-
and they're
Well-
400 gold.
yeah, yeah.
Is that going to be at either in any city, or is it cheaper in certain cities?
We just need riding horses.
Yeah. You-
Okay, so the reason
Yeah,
I
but
ask
we don't
is
have
we
that
can go
much
to Malaire
gold.
and see if we can take a boat from Malaire to Icegarth and then get a horse and from
It's not
Icegarth.
going to change the price too much of the horses.
No, but the problem is, I don't think we have that much gold, do we?
As
we
a
have-
party,
I mean,
we
that's
have
like- that's like-
293.
Okay, we're gonna spend most
You
of it
could
on
try and get a
horses. Then.
discount.
We could just rent them.
How would
Can
we
you
return
rent a
those?
It's not Avis.
Yeah, you can't.
We can't drop it off in Chicago and then
You
get
just
it back
rent
to
a horse.
Yeah, it's
back to
U-Haul.
Atlanta. I mean,
Okay, well we can buy it there and then
Or
we can
I
sell
wonder
it.
if we could.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No,
I will invoke
Yeah,
the
we-
ancient ritual of U-Haul.
I mean, could we like ask around and see if there's a party heading that way, and we can offer our services?
Or a
like,
caravan, be caravan
Yeah,
guards.
like guards.
Are there
as
any
guards.
airships?
No airships. Not in Malaire.
Because then, if they might, I mean, that party might
Actually, wait.
give us some
A
horses.
wagon
normally
carries
50
400
gold
pounds
apiece.
and
But
is
you can try and
35
narrow it
gold.
down.
We
Yeah,
could
you
we
have.
could hook up horses to a wagon, ride the horses, and then he could ride the wagon because the wagon is cheaper than a horse, and the wagon holds 400 pounds. So
Just throw Tegan in the wagon.
throw Tegan in the
The
wagon.
wagon
and
is
then
35 gold pieces.
yeah, throw the wagon in the Tegan, and then
So for $85, you could get a horse and a wagon.
Instead of
And then a couple
150
other-
a piece.
And
So
I could probably
or
hop
50
in there
and it
too
would be
because I
able
don't
to
think I
carry
weigh that
everybody.
much.
yeah,
So you could spend 85 pounds for a horse and a wagon.
How do you know how much you weigh?
and then
You don't weigh very much.
I'm a
it
lady.
specifically
it's not on my
I had to
character
ride-
sheet.
it
I had to roll for
specifically
mine.
it specifically cites
yeah.
it in his character race because it's so weird.
Encumbrance and all
I
that.
think it cites it for us too, but nobody pays attention to how much an elf or a human or a halfling weighs
So
because they're
It doesn't matter.
yeah.
Because you weigh 120 pounds.
I'll say you could even do
She
a
probably
wagon
weighs
and
like
two
80 or
horses,
something.
And you're going to be going the same speed. as
So
a
like
normal
they'd be
horse.
riding and they'd be doing
You could all
horses
fit in
and
the
we'd
wagon
be
if
in
you
the
wanted to, but yeah,
wagon.
somebody should probably be managing
Okay,
the horses.
I think that's
Well,
better.
you probably have the best
So for
animal handling.
135,
so-
you could get two
That's
horses
true.
and a wagon.
Okay.
Unless Quetzal, you're good at building things. Could you like build us a makeshift sled that he could sit on
That'd
and
be
the
worth
horses
the
could
time
drag it?
though. I mean, 35 gold versus
I know,
taking half
but
a
listen,
day.
look,
I
he
could
likes.
build you a mansion out of bone and sinew, but we would be here until your beard grows too long.
Well, okay, I
So
just
the
I
answer
know
is
you.
yes, but
I know you like
We
to
do
build
it
things.
at
I
the
just
time
I
to do
wanted to
that.
give you the option. It's something that makes you happy. So
That's a nice thought.
you know, it's just okay. It's just whatever. I'm just trying to let everybody shine their stars. You know.
It's considerate. But the people who are like have double bodies and one of them is dying.
Yeah.
We should
Okay.
probably get to it.
That's through.
So my
that's
guy
the
is
problem.
between 6 and 7 feet and can weigh up to 450 pounds.
I'm not going to worry too much about it. If you have 2 horses and a
So
wagon,
he's 7.
Do that.
So he's 7 feet and made of metal. So you're like basically an NBA player of made of metal.
I'm a juggernaut.
He's not
bitch.
solid metal, though, to be fair.
Oh, it's like metal and
Well, he
wood.
has like a compartment in his chest, right? So it's not entirely just solid
Sure,
metal.
but like
Okay,
a lot
if
of
you're
it
thinking
is.
about it, think about the Tin Man from.
So, what are you doing?
Nah, I don't want to think about it.
We're
It's
getting
not
2
intimidating
horses
enough for
and a
Tegan.
wagon.
We're gonna walk back to Molaire.
Okay, walk back to Molaire. Takes an hour,
Talk to
not a
who we need
problem.
to talk to.
Get your 2 horses and a wagon, and you head
How
to
much is
Doncaster.
that?
I want to get some more
135.
oil before we
135.
leave.
135.
Okay, how much?
I want 2 more canisters of oil.
Just
my
take
God.
out whatever the price is from the player's handbook.
You and this oil, man.
You know what? I'm gonna pour some on you just for
So
fun.
I'm gonna take
Please
a break real
don't.
quick because I have to go to the restroom. So I'm gonna
I-
pause the recording real quick.
Can I?
So
Okay.
if one becomes obsolete,
Yes, so I can swap it out.
right?
Okay.
Although some of the spells you can cast a lower level spell at a higher level and it's still useful. But if you're like, oh man,
Like I just don't ever.
I really like this 3rd level spell, but I like this one too. It's like, well, lose a 1st level spell. Whatever.
Right.
But you can
Okay,
switch
okay.
one out per level.
Got it.
So here's
Technically, you can do
here's the
that
deal.
now.
When you take a long rest,
You can pick whatever 4 you want because I picked those for you when I leveled you up. So you don't be bound by my decision. You can pick whatever.
Okay,
you
I
want.
won't. I won't look at it right now. But
It might
that
become
makes
important.
How much can you fit in your chest?
do what?
It might become important. So you may want.
so we haven't
Spells?
talked
Well,
about
I
this.
actually
I'll
like
ask
these 4
Ryan,
that I
but
have.
there was
I mean, I don't
a
wanna
nice
say that I picked
size
the best 4.
grimoire with
I like
runes
them.
on
I'm
it.
happy
So
with them.
I would say a book.
So I don't actually know locate.
I was going to bring that up.
Maybe you want to carry it, but I.
So in my chest compartment, we want to know what size it is. I said it was the size of a book.
size, yeah.
So a nice size grimoire can fit in there.
Okay.
Why? What do you want me to carry in there? That brass bowl?
No, I was thinking about a portable ram. That might be very
A
useful.
what?
Portable ram.
That's
metal
really
thing.
big.
I know, that's why big robot.
Yeah, I don't
guy
think
carry
that's
it.
that big. You
No, I
can
need
put it
to
on his back.
That's what I'm saying.
Like a battering ram?
yeah.
I am a
like it
human
pulls-
battering
it pulls
ram.
up, and then you snap this, but it gives
Yeah,
you
we don't
bonus
need that. We
advantage.
just turn Tegan on his
Yeah,
side
just-
and like ram him in the door.
I'm a robot now. I'll just do this
Wait,
and run
can any
forward.
of you lift him?
Y'all can't lift me.
But all 3 of us together, surely.
I don't know.
Melt him.
It's the power of friendship.
You can't.
I can't lift him. I can melt
Oh, so one thing you didn't know is my armor is now melted into me and became one with me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Also, don't cast heat metal on him.
Yeah.
Please. It's not going to harm me.
It will, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay, then...
So we're in Dunmire and we got a horse.
You're not in Doncaster.
Molaire.
You're traveling to Doncaster. You're in
Dunmire. Was that on
Molaire.
purpose?
Yes.
Okay, I was
Okay.
like, this is really bad.
Haha, it's so good.
Okay, so we're in Molaire.
Okay, so 4
Again.
significant events happen while you're on your way to Doncaster. Who would like to roll?
I'll
Wait,
go.
what are you buying? Do I need to take it out of party funds?
I bought two things of oil.
Maybe.
What did you buy?
Yeah, figure out what your
2 things
what
of
your starting
oil.
level is.
More?
I was down.
I'm saying no.
I was down to 3.
As the accountant, I'm
Look,
not
I
giving
have
money.
my own money that you don't know about.
Oh, I thought you were asking me to take it out of party funds. That's what I
No,
have
well,
to.
you're taking out of party funds because I'm not spending my own money on my oil.
I don't think the party...
Give me my
You had
150 gold that
I
I
like-
stole.
I'm tightening my purse strings.
You know what? I will buy a barrel and start carrying it in a barrel if you don't let me get
We
2
don't
more
need
gallons.
any more oil. Can
I
can I
do.
get backed up on this,
Why do
guys?
we need
Yeah.
50 gallons of oil?
I don't need 50.
don't
I've got
oil.
2. Oh no, I've got how many do I
You
have?
have 3 left.
I have
I'm
3
saying,
left. I just want to get
you-
back up to 5.
If you want to spend your own gold on more oil,
Okay, so the 150 gold that I stole from Harm Darum.
that are party funds.
No,
and
no.
we
Did who
appreciate
stole
your
it?
work.
Who stole it?
We appreciate your contribution.
How much is
Yeah.
the thing of oil?
Thank you for contributing.
5 gold?
It's less than that.
It's less
Lantern
than
oil.
that. Yeah, lantern oil.
It says a flask is 1 silver piece. And
So-
it weighs a pound.
It
think
feels
there's a
like it's the
gallon.
principle of it, though.
Didn't-
I don't
think it
have a
says-
book,
I
so-
think there's a gallon notation.
I don't see it. It might be somewhere else.
Really? We're buying more oil. Okay.
Yes, I want oil. I don't ask for much, and I protect all of y'all's asses. Give me oil.
You ask for kind of a lot, kind of on the regular.
I will
Wait, how
burn
much
you
is it?
alive.
There's only one person in this party that asks for more than you, and that's probably me.
Yeah.
So, don't say you
It just
don't.
shows. It just says flask.
Yeah, it just
It doesn't have it in anything bigger than that.
that I can see.
Then how do
I'll
I-
give you a silver for a flask
Okay,
of oil.
I'm buying a horn, a sack, a signal whistle, some chalk,
And a partridge in a pear
some
tree.
other stuff. I was looking for bowl, but it was a little crazy.
So I guess it's not gallons, it's pints.
Okay,
The
a flask holds one
pint.
pint.
Yeah. So you've got three flasks.
See, that's not that much. So I can buy 2 more, and they're 1 silver apiece.
I already have a signet ring, but I'll get some sealing wax.
1 silver a piece. So you're spending 2 silver on more.
I'm spending 2 silver.
You have seen,
Your
you have
face
seen
when
me
you-
be creative and use this stuff in other campaigns.
My character, however, is just like,
right.
what?
You're lucky I don't buy more
I'll
than 2 now that I know there's just a flask.
Make you a freaking bowl from a tree. But whatever.
I would love for you
Chalk comes from the ground. What else do you need?
I would love for you to do this, but you kept saying, "Oh, it takes too much time, Dimitri. Oh, we don't have
You
time."
asked about building a wagon. I'm talking about fashioning you a bowl. Whatever, you do what you want.
Okay, no,
Spend those shiny discs however you
if
want.
you can make it, I would love it. In fact, I got some ideas
You
for you.
seek happiness
Hold on.
inside the merchant's shop when the rest of nature provides everything for free.
And that building with the red light.
Okay.
And the building with the red light.
Could you? I don't go there. That's not a thing.
He
I
goes
do.
in.
Do you try to wash women
He goes in
in the
with-
red light
with,
district?
You know,
What?
He goes in like,
heavy bag
"Hey,
and he uses the
ladies,
light bag."
can I wash
and
you?"
later he
That's
cries.
not what I do. That's not what I do.
That's how you sound too.
No, I don't do that.
So,
That's not a thing.
I have a water
No,
water
Mark the
skin
player's
already.
like, yeah,
I have a
keep
water
on,
skin already,
marbles.
so I want to pour that out the water, and I'm gonna pour
No,
the.
you need.
I mean,
Well, I guess you don't. Need
I
to
don't.
use it,
Players
yeah.
like-
Just let me
load
know how
up,
much you end
brother.
up spending.
So, guys,
Meanwhile, no silver.
listen.
For oil. Just-
But look, I have a water skin that holds 4 pints of oil or liquid.
What is it? Is it 4 pints to a quart?
It's
Oh my
Yeah. No, it's 4 quarts to
for-
a gallon. 2
Yeah.
quarts to a pint.
Two pints to a
Or
quart.
2 pints to a quart, 4
So-
quarts to a gallon.
So
8
8.
pints
You
in a
need
gallon.
8 pints in order to fill your water skin with oil.
can hold 4 pints.
What? So 4 pints is a gallon?
4 pints fits into a water
A
skin.
water skin holds 1 gallon. I know that.
So it's 4 pints according to this.
So it's quarts is smaller than pints?
Yes.
guess
Man, I wish I
so.
wasn't recording this.
Yeah.
Wait,
I do not
This
know
is
my
going on
measurements.
YouTube.
You know what the problem is?
English system.
English system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's stupid.
Liquid measuring. Anyways, I got a water skin now full of oil.
Okay, how much did you spend?
1 silver.
Yeah, it's 2 pints.
It's 4
to
silver
1
because it's
quart.
one silver per.
I already have 3.
Yes, that's what I said.
8
I was
pints
right.
in
I
a
just
gallon.
checked. It's 2 pints to 1 quart. 4 quarts in a gallon. 8 pints in a gallon.
Okay, so that's
I
8
should probably
silver.
put my mic on.
I don't know. Go
How
with
many
what that says.
silver
Oh, you-
are?
We can probably still hear you, but it's fine.
Okay, so I'm buying
Make sure the light's on.
1 oil,
Mic
which is 1 silver,
No, it's
and then I'm buying another water skin, which is 2 more silver,
Okay.
and then 4
Turn
more
off and on.
pints of oil. So 4. So
So-
6 silver.
How many silver
7.
and a gold?
7 silver. 10? Is it 10?
I'm just gonna give you a gold.
Okay, well,
Keep the change.
I've got 2 water flasks full with oil now.
Okay.
Dimitri, how much did you spend on all your gizmos?
6 gold.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, but it's got a little better. Here, I've got that.
Oil.
All right.
Does anybody else have low battery?
I bought a bunch of useful
Yes.
but little
You do
stuff.
too? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go get a whole bunch of batteries.
All right, so I have 2 water skins full of oil now, guys. Just letting you know.
Yay.
Hey,
I have a great deal of useful things.
I'm trying to make some kind of
I have potions of
explosive with this
jump.
oil.
Don't let us forget.
Actually, I could buy dragon breath
How,
for 50 gold.
Ketzel,
What do you do with
how
dragon
long
breath?
would it take you
Set things on
to
fire?
gather dry wood
Let's just wait and see if we
and
need
a
it.
circle of
We
stones for a
always
fire?
need fire.
We already have
Circle
oil
of
that's
stones.
flammable.
So it doesn't spread,
gonna
you know. So if we fall asleep, we wake up in the morning, the fire is the same size.
Look, you tried to pour water on an oil fire
Minutes.
good.
in the
okay.
story where you were trying to put me out. You poured water on me and it was an oil fire, so I
Oh,
had
I
to go.
did. I need to go back and read that email.
It was a terrible email, but I thought it was fun. And then finally, he started kicking dirt on me that put it
Oh, that
out.
worked, yeah.
They're not rechargeable now.
No. I have a bag for
They don't
disposing of batteries.
Ground soil like they
Oh.
used
They're
to.
in the
They
laundry.
solved
Just set
that
them to the
problem.
side. Just,
There it goes.
You would look too? Are you low?
no, I'm fine.
You said you're low. Mark.
How low can you go?
Is yours red too?
Can we go down low?
Mine's red.
To the floor?
I'll take
So
you.
turn mine off.
Could you, Quetzal, could you could you?
Your mating dance?
No, don't. I don't want to see it. Could you? Oh, I'll let him do the batteries while I'm yakking at him.
I need one more battery, please.
Oh, it's here.
Oh, right there.
Okay. I'm good. Back up and running.
Hey, Wiretap, stop interrupting.
So I think Russell's figuring that thing out.
We can go to the container
He'll
store.
open the trash can and drop the lid, and then he looks over there. Like, waits for it to,
Okay.
That's funny.
yeah.
All right, so are we
Yeah,
purchased?
Charlotte already
Everybody
bought
got everything
Amazon
purchased?
Music, and I had to like enable or disable voice buying because she was like, "Play this song," and it was like, "Do you want to play it on Amazon Music? Would you like our free trial?" And she's like, "Yes," and I'm
She's
like,
like,
"No."
Yeah.
What?
See your book, please.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Has everyone purchased the things that they wanted to purchase?
Yes. Yeah.
I wanted-
No, I purchased the things I could afford to purchase.
I want to while they're doing shopping. Can I go to the blacksmith?
I really-
and see if he can put a circle on the end of my spear, like so I can attach something to it.
So I really want a spyglass, but it's
Yeah,
1,000
that's
gold.
How much would it
So-
cost?
Oh yeah, we don't have that. Much.
So yeah,
He
so
looks
I
at it
didn't
and
buy
he's
it.
like, "How quickly do you want it to be done?"
As soon as possible.
How much is a mirror?
2 gold.
Okay, it's done. 2 gold.
Okay.
Take that out of my funds, please.
How much is a mirror?
This
Your
is worth it.
funds.
Our funds. Take it out of the party funds.
Yeah, it takes them like a couple hours. But
Ooh, yeah, I'm buying a
they're
mirror.
shopping,
That's
he's
another
okay.
5 gold,
A mirror.
and that's all I'm buying.
You're letting him spend all this money on useless stuff.
I've
and you
spent
give me
11 gold.
And you're
You
giving
already
me.
have like 8,000 gallons of oil.
I have 2
You've
gallons.
been carrying around
Apparently.
for how long? Was it 5 years or something?
Yeah, actually, yeah, about
Well, it went
about 4
stale,
years.
and I had to replace it.
okay.
Hey, we're going back to the city where you stole those jumping potions. Maybe you can give those back.
Yeah, I'm not giving them back.
Yeah, that's not
Probably
it.
shouldn't go over there.
And also the girl that we tried to frame for murder that he left tied up in a room.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the girl that was asleep. That splashed
Yeah,
the
you wanted
potion
to,
on her.
like,
I wanted to frame her for murder, and you were
Leave her
like,
in the
"No,
middle-
let's just leave
middle of the
her."
city.
Oh, was she trying to kill us?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was one of the cultists.
Yeah.
Oh, and I left her in the city tied up?
Yeah.
You wanted to. I don't think we ended up doing it. I think we
Wanted to,
just left her
like,
in the hotel room.
make her
So why don't we
naked
vote
and,
to go to this?
in the
Yeah, you wanted to put her naked in a pig pen.
Yeah, that's why now you understand my hesitancy. Quetzal,
Well, apparently you voted for it.
well, I was being amicable with the rest of the party.
That's not even
without
half of it. We stole from an alchemist. He got stabbed by a cultist. He's been he kidnapped by his aunt there. Yeah. We owe a favor to Offenhoff because Bree had to have this magic orb.
Well, we need horses to go to either city, so...
Oh, we also flooded the sewers.
We flooded the
That
sewers.
probably
and-
wasn't great.
and you should have seen the blender of bodies coming out of the sewer grates.
Oh, also, Quetzal, how long would it take you if you sit in the cart while we're traveling? Could you carve bone or something and make me a fish, like with gut and bone? Make me fish line and hook, so we could fish for fish.
Fish.
Don't know of too many fishes on the road, but yes, I will happily do that.
Well, there are other uses for a fishing hook and fishing line, but since you can make stuff, maybe.
Whittle all day and whittle all night. Whittle everything in sight.
So, 4 major events happen on the way to Doncaster.
Yay! I'll go first. What am I rolling?
D10.
Is this a 10? Mm-hmm. No. 7! Ha ha!
A wild antelope appears.
You get a
into a
flat
brownie.
tire.
So,
Yeah.
you were all riding along the Great Road heading towards Doncaster. You've got the wagon and the horses, and you can see as you approach there's an opening. It's like the terrain is more like plains rather than forest, so there's not a lot of tree coverage, but there are some tall grasses and things. And as you're making your way there, you notice that there's a dense fog that almost has like a delineated endpoint in front of you. And that fog just seems to be lingering there, so much so that you can't really see anything past it. And it's kind of at dusk.
Can we go around it?
Starting to go to night. So the fog extends past as far as you can see in either direction, past away from the road. And it's fairly dense fog and it's high up.
Should we go through it?
I have an idea.
Okay. Are you gonna say let's burn everything till it goes away?
Not everything, but to
That's-
light up the fog to see if there's anything in it, you see a shadow. You can go by shadows. So if I throw an oil and you cast fireball on it,
Oh God. Why does everything start with burning with you?
why do you whine so much?
In games terms, so you know how it is considered heavily obscured.
Which means
The level of fog, which means you basically can't see through it.
Which
Do
means
you know which
Very
page it
bad.
is? Oh, okay.
Okay, let's
Dirty.
assume
This
for a
first
minute, just
As best, yeah. I mean,
purely hypothetically, just so I understand game mechanics, let's just make a wild assumption that there is something hostile in the fog that is going to stab me in the gut the moment I walk in. What are the game mechanics when trying to defend from or attack something that is in the fog with me that is heavily obscured?
if whatever is attacking you can see you, but you can't see it, it has advantage on its attack against you, and you have disadvantage on your attacks against it.
What if neither one of us can see each other?
Then everybody has disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking whatever's in the fog can see us because they wouldn't be in the fog if they couldn't.
Right.
Can you get their pieces out? Or I'm
But-
sure we're about to get attacked with getting some minis.
Right. What is that book? That is super cool, by the
Yeah,
way.
isn't it? It was
my
his
friend,
Christmas
my
present.
friend Spencer, who is the only person I know that actually listens to.
Hey, Spencer.
Hello, Spencer.
Spencer, thank
We
you
love
for the
you,
book.
Spencer.
It's a great Christmas present, man.
It is super cool. That is. I am legit jealous.
He's a
That
really
is
good
cool.
friend.
That was the bottom of the ocean.
He's like the best.
Yeah,
The
he.
best guy.
best.
Judging just by his gift giving capacity, I think so.
Hey, doesn't this look just like Harm Darm's house?
It does actually. That map does look like that. That map you like super painstakingly put together. Yeah, it's right there.
Or that one? Oh, no, that's
That looks like the Arkham University. Is
This
what
looks
that
like
looks
the
like.
downstairs of Harm Darm's house.
Yeah, with the barracks or whatever.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys doing?
It's an arcade.
Yes, we're. Well, we bought the horses, right?
That's neat. That's neat.
So I guess we're going to
but
Doncaster
we're
because
walking
that's where we
This is
told
on
the
the way to Doncaster.
yeah we told the
don't-
Sphynx.
I don't wanna
oh,
go
the
through the
fog.
fog.
Okay,
So we're walking through a forest, right?
No, planes.
moving right along.
And there's fog.
Footloose
Okay.
and fancy
As far as you can see in either
Can I? I'll use my drift globe.
Okay.
drift glow.
So just for some light.
Okay. Yep.
Wow.
It provides you light.
Or is
That's
it, it's still
pretty
day,
good.
isn't it? Or is it
It's
right?
dusk. It's going
Dusk.
into evening. Yeah. Let's see it.
Actually, you would mechanically. Is there any benefit to somebody like Ketzel with super great vision, trying to or well, his perception is good, so. Would be the best one to hear if anything's moving within the fog, right?
Can you turn into something very tiny and go check it out? Like a snake or a mouse?
Yes, I can.
You also have fantastic hearing and senses.
We're afraid of the fog, are we?
Yes.
No, we're afraid of being ambushed.
So this is the definition. A heavily obscured area such as darkness, opaque fog, or dense foliage blocks vision entirely. A creature effectively suffers from the blinded condition when trying to see something in that area. The presence or absence of light in an environment creates. Oh, that just talks about different levels.
I'm gonna use primeval awareness and
So
see.
light, bright light, changes it from heavily obscured. It becomes dim light, so it becomes lightly obscured.
Would my drift
Lightly
globe?
obscured says
Yes, that's
creatures
true.
have disadvantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight, but you're not considered blinded.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
so
Ketzel, why don't you listen and see what you can hear?
I mean, perception check to see if I can notice anything in the fog?
Sure.
if I use primeval awareness, it'll alert me to creatures within 1 mile of us.
Of a certain type, right?
Let's see. Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
I rolled a
Well,
20
that's a lot
on
of
perception.
Okay. You look into the fog and you see kind of like pops into existence this kind of orb of light in the fog, and then it's kind of drifting around, and then another one pops up, and it too is illuminated, and they're kind of almost like, looks like they're like dancing around each other, and they're kind of coming a little bit closer to your direction, though they're not very close.
Can I see like there's an edge on the fog? Like,
Yeah, there's an edge to the fog.
I want to move up to that edge.
Okay.
I do not want to move up to that
You
edge.
head up to the edge of the fog, and you see the lights.
Roll for initiative.
The lights are kind of still dancing around, and you get a strange sensation that they are trying to like lead you through the fog. The way that they're kind of dancing around and positioning themselves.
Can I dance with them?
I mean, you could have to go into the fog, but yeah.
I'll do the chicken dance with the fog with them. God, he's getting a lot of people out.
No, I'm looking for Bree's model.
Here, I'll look
You want me to
for
look
him.
for it?
I'll look for him while you.
No, go ahead. You guys are supposed to be telling me what
Okay,
you're doing.
so I'm going into the fog, guys, to check this out.
Can I use primeval awareness?
are
What
you
will it
doing
tell me?
that?
Will it tell
uses
me?
a spell slot, but yeah, you can do it.
It does.
I believe so. I believe it uses a first level spell slot.
It just says, I don't think so. It's not on my spell list.
Yeah, it's not a spell. It's an ability,
So why would that use a spell slot?
because that's what the ability says, I
It
think.
just powers it.
Oh, I see. Okay. So will it tell me what kind of creature is...
This is you, right?
There?
No, that's the lizard.
Depends on what the ability says.
Sorry, do you want me to pull it up?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Thank
Last
you.
time you had me as the winged.
One ranger spell slot.
No, you're a
lasts.
blue
To
cloak
focus your
wizard, right?
awareness around you. For
Oh,
1
was
minute
it?
How
per
about this
level
one?
of slot you spend, you can sense whether the following types of creatures are present within 1 mile of you.
I
The
guess
feature
so.
does not reveal
I
the
don't know.
creature's location or number.
I mean, if you have to pick something, he's probably
Okay, so
closer
just
to a
tell me
straight
the
up
type of
wizard than
creature.
anything
You are.
else.
Yep. And the
Yeah,
level
there you
is
go.
a mile.
That's the we'd use
Okay,
before.
yeah, I want to use it.
Yes. Undead.
Undead. Okay.
You just noticed an undead?
There's some zombies around.
No, I don't think they're zombies.
Afoot.
I think they're wisps of some sort. But I'm going to go into the forest and check this out. If you guys want to join me, you can.
Okay.
I'll go behind you.
Okay. So you're kind of stepping into the fog, and the wisps are kind of staying about 30 or 40 feet in front of you, but they're bright enough that you can still see them through the fog. And they're kind of spinning and twisting in a way. Once you get about 10 feet into the fog, it's tough to see where you came from.
Okay.
Are only the two of you going in?
Are you guys following Ketzel and Dimitri?
Or you're going in.
Yeah, I'm already in.
Yeah, one. Okay.
Okay, I can't find it in here, so I'm going to use the bow for you.
Can I look?
Is that okay?
The boys might have messed with it.
Okay, I'm gonna turn into a panther and be 5 feet away from Tegan.
Okay.
I'm going to yell to those guys, stay close to me so we don't get lost. So y'all can all be within 5 feet of me if you would like.
Okay,
I've
I'll
got
be
my-
in the
Oh, crap, I
rear.
meant to cast spell on myself and then turn.
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead.
Got it.
Can I look in there?
Blur.
Okay. Does it have a duration?
She's super little.
1 minute. It's concentration.
Okay.
Are you gonna stay within 5 feet of me?
That's fine.
Is there a benefit to doing that?
Yeah, if you get attacked, I can do things.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah,
Mother
men
of-
can't find anything.
That is
Y'all
a
know how to
lie.
find stuff.
I'm the one that's no. This
That is a fact.
Am I?
Yeah, I can't. find
Right.
anything.
I have
she does. It's staring her right in the face.
Oh, you can't find things either.
a disability. It's not where I left it. It's just it's gone.
I always say that
Treat y'all guys that way.
That's funny.
boys don't know how to
I
look for
haven't.
stuff.
I haven't met too many other people that share my disability. I didn't realize. That's cool.
No, I put things away in certain spots. And so
If they're
where I left it, then
it's just
you
gone
got it.
forever.
Somebody else got it.
No, I've,
So they keep
I've run into that
dancing
before.
around themselves and kind of like they'll go a little bit of distance and then come back and go a little bit again, almost waiting for you to look at them, and then they kind of motion forward and they keep kind of spinning around, leading you.
Are we gonna assume the cart's following us? The horse.
Are you? Yeah, you're just pulling it. Who's
Yeah.
in charge?
Are
of
we
that?
on our horses? I'll be on a horse.
I mean, somebody's gonna have to. He's a panther,
Yeah.
so he can't.
I'm on a horse. Are they attached to the cart?
Yeah, they're like hooked up to the cart.
Okay, I'll ride it.
Okay, so
I'll stay in the cart with Bree then.
do you have a cart?
No, but we got.
And I'll have my bow out.
You can scoot them forward a little bit. Just scoot the other things forward too.
Okay.
So that's the cart.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to try to smell if there's anything else in
Cooking?
the fog, and I have an advantage.
Okay. Roll me a perception with advantage. Oh.
Korean.
32, or I can roll again. But I don't think I'll get higher than that.
Okay. You smell
Oh my god.
a lot of things. So your senses are heightened and you're super aware of what's around you as you're walking through this fog. And you notice a few things. The first thing you notice is that the ground that you're walking on seems to be getting less dry and more moist. The second thing you notice is you smell the smell of like putrid decaying flesh.
Zombies.
And I would say that as you're walking, you kind of smell that smell, and you kind of, it seems like at least one source of it, you feel like there's more than one source of that smell, but one source of it is nearby, and you kind of, you're able to find like a body that's appears to be dead. You're not exactly sure the cause or how long it's been that way, but you do find a dead body like underneath at the bottom on the ground, like the fog is covering it up. So unless you were you with your amazing senses, you probably would not notice it.
Okay.
But you find it, and you see in its hands, it's still got a grasped longsword that seems. The sword that it's holding is like, it doesn't appear like steel. It appears like silver.
Okay. I will tug on Tegan's leg. I assume you're wearing clothes, right?
Sure. Why not?
I'm metal and I'm beautiful. I will.
There's actually a what's it called? A quirk that says that.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. So basically, I tug on your leg and try to get you to stop moving and indicate I'll paw at the ground towards this thing and kind of call it up.
Okay, so I want to investigate it.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
Oh crap! Anybody else want to help me?
Investigate.
I don't really know much about the investigation.
I mean, you see the sword that's still there.
So
still
it's just a
grasped in
sword
the
on
hand.
the.
I want the
It
sword.
looks like a silver longsword.
It's a dead body holding a sword.
I want the sword.
Actually, was it longsword or short sword? Hold on.
I don't care. I want it. It's silver.
Can I look at it also? Can I hop
Yeah.
down and look?
You can hop down off the cart if you want. Yeah, it's a silvered longsword.
22.
You find a silvered longsword, but then as you're checking the other pockets, you find 30 gold pieces.
Yeah, finally. I want to.
am actually going to pop out of beast form. That's kind of a waste, but that's fine. And whisper to these two that there are multiple undead in the fog. The ground is getting damper. I think these things are trying to lead us to where we can't see the ground, and I'm worried that our cart will become stuck, if not ourselves.
Okay.
There's no shame in turning around and seeking another point of travel.
We might have to.
I want to take the sword.
Oh, I would obviously take the damn store.
It's silver.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, this is we're walking into an obvious setup.
Trap.
Yeah.
Okay, and you don't think the wisps are helping? You think they're leading us into a trap?
I'm worried that we can't even see where the ground is going. There could be
We have torches.
water
don't
20 feet in front of us.
we? Does anybody have torches?
I mean, I can make flame, no problem.
And
Yeah,
I've got
so
my
can
drift
I.
globe.
And I can make
or
light, and she's
drift
got a
globe.
drift globe.
Does that help us?
It's
Plus,
on.
I can
unless
cast the
you
light
see the
spell.
We're not
vicinity.
blinded,
So
you said,
in the
right?
Yeah, in the
And you-
vicinity around you where you have that
Yeah.
bright light, it's lightly obscured. So you have disadvantage on perception to see, but you aren't blinded in that area.
Okay.
I'm just saying there's no harm in going around.
Okay, I don't mind turning around.
Although you've gone in far enough at this point that it is not so easy to just turn around and be like...
yeah, he said we've lost track of where we were.
From the moment you were about 10 feet in, you could no longer see through the fog.
I mean, we can just slowly walk back.
Can I look for the wagon tracks from behind us?
Yeah, sure. Roll me a survival check.
24.
Okay. You followed them. You feel confident that you could follow them all the way back if you wanted to get back to where you started.
I will tell that to the group, but then I'm not pushing people like we're going.
All right,
Okay.
let's back up then, guys.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And then I'll try, if we can do that successfully, I'm going to try to navigate, think back to where we were, and shoot for a landmark that will get us back on the road eventually without
I mean,
losing too much time.
we could set up camp for the night.
See if it
Either,
goes.
either way, I don't know how much travel we've done and all that stuff.
Well, I mean, it's not. It's dusk, so it's
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
I don't think we should travel at night, anyways. So, do we make it outside of the?
Yeah, you can follow it outside. You do notice, though, that when you start turning around to try and go back, the glowing orbs of light, they kind of come back towards your direction, and then you don't see them anymore. They kind of...
Okay. So, did I pick up the silver sword?
Mm-hmm, sure.
Yes.
And I assume 30 gold.
It's in the.
I want to see if it's magical.
Okay. You could spend a short rest with it.
Okay. I didn't know that's. Well, we're gonna take I'm guessing a long rest.
Are you?
After we set
Where,
up-
I mean,
where are you
is this-
doing that?
Yeah.
So let's get. How far away is the next tree cover?
Well, there's not really any tree cover. Not
Not for a
dense
while.
enough.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what do you say? 100 feet from where the fog starts.
Yeah, far enough away. I mean, I'll try to use survival again to just. I assume I'm just doing this in general. That I'm trying to find. We're not, unless we're desperate and exhausted. We're not just going to camp in the middle of
the street.
no. street town or whatever.
No, but what you can do, and there used to be a lot of fields in Corpus, and so when I was a kid, one of the things that we would sometimes do is you'd go out in the field. It sort of pissed off the owners of the field, but you go out in the field and you walk a little ways in, and it's not that hard, depending on if it's grass or like corn stalks or whatever it is, to knock them down and make like a little clearing. And if you then sit down inside that little clearing, you are obscured from view by the tall grass.
We have horses.
Well, yeah, we have a
and
horse
wagon.
and cart though. I wonder how tall.
right.
I'm not trying to shit on your idea. I'm just saying.
No, you're right. I was right.
Yeah, if we didn't have the horses and stuff, I think.
Well, I mean, we don't even have to set up camp if we have a wagon. We can just all get in the back of the
Yeah, I
wagon.
mean, just.
So we move about 100 feet away from the fog.
Okay.
And see
off
if,
to
are we
off
just
the
waiting to
road.
see if it dissipates on its
Yeah,
own?
in the
But
morning
you
to see if it's
you
gone.
should recharge in front because you can
Yeah,
be
so
more aware.
So they're all in the wagon taking
I'll
a
take this
rest.
side.
They're all in the
Sorry, I just
wagon taking a rest.
Avoided your encounter.
And I'm gonna
Or did
go
we?
into Century mode. Let me pull that up real quick. Century rest, which you take when you take a long rest, which is what we're gonna do. I must spend at least 6 hours of it in an inactive, motionless state.
Okay.
This state you appear inert, but it doesn't render you unconscious, and you still see
So put
and hear
yourself
as normal.
in the middle, so the wagon and each of you. And so, who's taking the first watch? for
I'm
that?
gonna take all of the watch.
I'm not gonna not take a watch, but I'm not.
Well, I
trying
can
to
take the
horn in
whole
on
watch
action.
because 6 hours of it I have to rest, but I can still see what's going on
Well,
and hear.
Can you just pop out
it's
of
good
it?
that more than
See,
one.
like I
If
can
in your
see.
6 hours, you should know
Right.
that if in your 6 hours you have to do something, because it says you have to remain inactive for the 6 hour period.
Right. Though
Yeah,
it's good
yeah.
for other people to take watches too.
Okay.
But what's good is if something happens in the middle of the night, you can roll a perception check where the rest of us probably have to roll to wake up, right? So I'll take a watch, but I'm going to take the last watch so I can get a full night's rest to regain my spells or whatever.
All right, so let me take the first portion.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah,
Okay.
you know.
So I'm gonna stay awake
good
for the
mix.
first portion.
Yeah, the boys like it.
So you stay awake for the first portion.
Which-
Roll me a perception check.
14 plus perception. I've already done this like 8 times, so I should probably know.
What's the name of the guy who gave the book?
The what?
The guy who gave the book?
Spencer.
Hey, Spencer, I'm sorry I'm crunching these delicious snacks
18.
in your ear.
18? Okay. You can see the parts of the grass folding back, and whatever it is doesn't appear to try to be sneaky or stealthy. It's the grass is folding back.
Oh, good. That always bodes well.
And you see every now and then just a flicker of like one of those orbs of light, and they're kind of coming closer to you, and you see the grass moving, and it's coming closer to you. It's like 30 feet away.
Okay. So I yell to the party, "Hey, there's something coming!"
Okay. So everybody can roll me initiative.
Fudge.
No, it's good. We're not fighting in the fog. That's good.
Oh, what? A 1, a 2. What'd you roll?
Slightly better. I got a 14.
I have a bonus.
You got a what?
A bonus.
Oh.
Okay. So 20 to 25. 15 to 20.
17.
She would have gotten the.
I got a 14.
Okay, sorry.
10 to 15. Where you got
14.
Anybody else?
They've
Wait,
got
yeah?
a 1 and a 2 over here.
Well, higher than that.
3? Oh,
3.
yeah. And what's your
4.
So we got a 4 and a 3.
4 and a 3. Who got the 4?
Y'all
I
had like
did.
a deep
Dimitri.
sleep.
Yeah, he was over here sleeping off some liquor
Yeah.
from 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dimitri is lightweight.
You
The
gonna go?
only wine he had before getting on the road was a ceremonial wine. Yeah. Not familiar with that sort of thing.
Blue. Okay. So you see the.
can be stifling
you
to be
guys
the
wake
chosen
up when
one.
Tegan says, and you see the grass folding back
Yo,
as something approaches.
get your asses awake.
And you wake up just in time to see
A horde
4
of zombies.
creatures with decaying flesh that's kind of rotting off of them, making their way towards your encampment.
Are they all armed?
I mean, they have arms, but no, they're not carrying weapons.
So who did I just steal this sword from? How long were we resting before they attacked?
About an hour.
So do I notice if the sword is magical?
It's not magical.
Darn it.
It is
It's
just a
still
silver.
silver. That could be good.
Against zombie.
Okay.
I bet
And
werewolves.
first is
Vampires,
Tegan.
right?
Werewolves.
Tegan's first.
I'm
then
first.
Werewolves, do they exist in this?
Well, I mean, in D&D they do. I assume in Ryan's world.
Okay, so I need to get ready to attack. Okay, da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm going to move forward. Let's see how many I can get within reach before. I guess only 2. So I'm going to move here and swing at the one to my left
Okay.
with the
Is that
purple
the
bottom.
Purple bottom. Okay.
Purple bottom jeans.
That's also what I thought.
Cooch with the fur. Alright, and hit is... What? Shut up. 15.
15
to hit.
hits.
And then it's a D8. Which one's an 8?
Yep, that's an 8.
Get out of my way. 5 plus... So 10.
10 damage to the purple bottom. Okay.
That's my first attack. Second attack is a 15 again.
That hits.
And then 8 plus 5, 13.
Okay. Yeah. How do you want to do that?
I just knock its chest in and it falls over.
All right. It falls over into a crumpled heap of rotting flesh.
So that was my action. Can I use my bonus action to move again? Or is that a no?
You can't use your bonus action to move again.
I can move again though, right?
You can move a total up to your movement.
Okay, and I
So-
barely moved. I moved
15 feet.
15, so I
So
just
you've
want
got
to
another
move.
15.
Just move here so I can get
Okay.
in range of both of those. And then I'm done.
Okay. All right, Bree, you're next.
I get off the cart. And what's my... I can't get over there.
You can move 30, right? Or
Here's
25?
25. My
5,
little
10,
legs.
15, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Oh yeah, I guess I can do that. Okay. So I go here. Oops.
Ooh, she fell over.
Okay, I'm gonna hit at this
Go ahead.
guy.
Okay.
Oh no.
You get 2 attacks too. don't forget.
11.
That misses.
And so I'll try again. 23.
That hits.
Can't you attack the other one too?
Mm-hmm.
I can.
Yes.
Okay.
'cause it's 25 feet for Horde Breaker. So do
Okay.
that first one, though.
This is my 8, right? Yeah. So 9 damage
To the red face.
to the red guy.
Okay.
And then...
You can do a Horde Breaker attack to the other one
But I get an extra attack, right?
for your
So I can
bonus
attack
action
one more...
since you're dual wielding. Yes, you do. So you'll get an offhand attack against whichever one you want, And you also get one Horde Breaker attack against the green bottom one if you want.
So I could either focus it all on one or separate it out. Is that
No,
what that means?
your
Or I
Horde
get
Breaker attack has to be on the green one.
right.
But
Okay.
your bonus action attack could be on either one.
So I still have 2 more attacks I can do. Okay. So okay, I will attack this guy then really fast.
I like how they're color coordinated.
10.
10 misses.
Okay, so I'll go back to the red guy for my bonus.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. No, I didn't get
You're not good against
9.
undead. It's only living people.
I guess so.
Okay. Next is their turn. So
There's no
the
blood to spill.
It's not as fun.
Doesn't bother
the
us.
green one is using its claws to swing at Tegan. I got a 15 plus 4, 19. I
No.
assume misses
21.
because you have ridiculous AC. The red one swings at Bree for 16 plus 4. That's 20 to hit.
Yep.
And it does. What is it?
And I get a reaction to that as well.
Okay.
16 hits, right?
Yeah.
And then 11 damage.
11 damage. Okay. It is still alive. But it swings at Bree and does 3 plus 4, 7 plus 2. So 9 slashing damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. DC 10.
14.
Okay. So as it cuts into you with its claws, you can feel like something coming out of its claws into your body, and you can feel it kind of burn as it makes contact with you. But you're able to kind of shrug off the feeling and kind of focus on the fight.
It burns.
Next is that one.
Blue one.
That one is going to also go for Bree.
Which one did you hit? The one in front of you?
The red guy.
11
Yeah, the
plus
one in front of me.
4, 15. Does that hit?
No.
No.
Okay. So then next is Dimitri.
So I saw the red guy hit Bree,
Bree, mhm.
and the green one missed Tegan.
Yep. And
Well,
the
And the
it
blue
did.
blue
one
one that
missed me.
tried to hit Bree.
Okay, then I'm gonna try to shoot the red one. And that is 12.
Harpoon.
Sweet. For 6 points of damage.
Okay. How do you want to do it?
A small pinpoint appears in his forehead and then expands as the force moves through him and his head explodes and he falls over.
Yay.
Gotta go for the head.
Harpoon.
Hey, the
You
good
actually-
one!
You actually have a second bolt for Eldritch Blast.
Oh, do I?
It's tied to character level, not class level. Cantrips are tied to when they bump up. At 5th level, you get 2 bolts instead of 1.
Oh, I did not realize that.
Speaking of, I started listening to
You're
Adventure
right.
Time.
2 beams at 5th level.
I started listening to Adventure Time. Oh my god. Taco.
Oh, the Avengers Zone? Yeah, that's good.
Okay, then I will shoot at the blue one.
Okay.
Oh, 24.
That hits.
All right.
It does 1 point of damage.
3.
Do you have Agonizing Blast?
Oh, yes. Actually, I'm sorry. I take that back. I do have Agonizing Blast. I specifically took that. So 6.
16.
I need to write that down.
Okay.
Thank you. I keep cheating myself out of both damage and apparently array.
Okay, so next is Ketzel.
Produce flame, and then throw it at that
Blue
guy
one. Okay.
for 22.
Hits.
Yep.
So it's 2d8 because I'm 5th level.
Mhm.
It's 9 points of fire damage.
Nice. Okay. When the fire catches to it, you can see it kind of burns away what little pieces of cloth that were still kind of clinging to its body, just kind of go up in flame. And next is Tegan.
I'm going to actually jump down off the cart
Okay.
and say to Dimitri, hold my horses.
Okay.
It's a joke.
Hold your horses. No, I got it. This is very clever.
I'm gonna move in between these guys, so I didn't get out of no attack of advantage. I'm gonna attack the blue guy.
Okay.
11.
Miss.
Use my second attack. 22, and then 6.
Okay. It's still up, but you basically like whack an arm off. But
Okay.
it's still alive, but it's barely holding together, and its jaw kind of like swings because it's just barely hanging on by some tendons.
All right. I want to use my bonus action to shove the green one to a prone position.
Okay.
And that's just like a regular attack, right?
Shove is an athletics.
Okay.
It's the same. It's
It's just a bonus action. If attack, shove foe within 5 feet using shield.
yeah. That's what Shieldmaster allows you to do. That as a bonus action.
So it's
Normally
just
you
a athletics check.
Yep. Versus it's
7.
got a 5.
Wow. So this guy is prone. Okay. Then I'm done.
Okay. Next would be Bree.
Bree.
Anybody else can. I don't know that she can get in a position to hit. Is
She can.
Next to both of
She's
them?
next to
Yeah.
both of them, so she can
is.
attack both of them. I just don't know how she works. So if you want to do,
Just roll her. Use her dice, so that'll be
Yeah.
it's like her.
okay. So
But
tell me
her
what to do.
attacks are down there. So she'll use her rapier first.
Okay.
So is rapier going to be +7,
22,
So that hits, and it's a D8 damage.
D8 +4.
6.
6, and that's on.
The prone one.
Okay. Well, she'll actually have it. Let's say it's on the blue one,
Okay.
which will kill it, and also because she gets advantage against prone ones.
Okay.
So for her second attack,
Short sword.
9 plus 4.
that
Or
hits 13 hits.
What
Well,
is it?
seven
No,
plus-
9 plus 7.
Okay, so 16.
she hits.
D8.
1d6 +4.
Well, let's roll again because just to see if she critted.
1d6
then-
+4.
1d6 plus 4.
And then I don't know if she gets sneak attack.
6.
No, she doesn't have.
Oh,
to
she's
attack.
a ranger.
So 6,
I like these dice though.
and then she has her bonus action attack.
Okay.
Which is with a rapier again.
Yep, and she gets her horde breaker attack. So she actually has. She gets one more rapier and one more short sword attack.
Okay, so the first one missed,
Okay.
so she gets one more.
Yep, it's
Yeah,
still prone though, so
short
she has
sword.
advantage.
Yeah, she still missed.
Okay. that'll
12, 11. Okay, so she hits, and then what's
hit.
the
The
1d6
short sword is
plus 4.
1d6? 3 plus, what is it, 4, so 7 damage?
Yeah.
All right. So that one's gonna get up. And it's gonna.
He got up.
It's still not dead.
And it's going to.
Oh, because
slash
Bree
at
tripped
Bree.
it.
He actually put it prone.
Oh.
And that's gonna miss.
I'm going to use my reaction
Okay. Is it when it hits or when it attacks?
when it attacks.
Okay.
17 plus 6, it hits.
Yep.
And then 11 damage.
Okay. Yeah. How do you want to do that?
As it slashes at her, it lunges kind of forward, and I just come down and just smash it completely to the ground.
Okay.
And it just poofs.
You're done.
Puppy. You poopy.
Okay.
I don't
You
have
guys.
any- No? Okay.
You hear the music. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Actually, I got Final Fantasy VII on my phone because I never got to play it the first time around because I had a Nintendo and not a PlayStation. And so I've been tinkering with it and just every now and then open it up and play a few and just try to see the story everybody's talked about.
You guys are able to camp the rest of the night, fairly uneventful. And when you wake up in the morning, there's still a little bit of fog, but the density is almost completely gone.
Okay.
You're able to walk through. So.
Okay.
Oh, we can go through it?
Yep.
Okay.
While we're going through the fog, can we see any more corpses with shinies?
You see some things scattered. Yeah, some bodies scattered throughout.
People
the,
that have fallen
the
prey
plains.
to this BS before.
I want to search this battlefield while we go through it.
Roll me just an investigation check.
Somebody else do
I'll do the
investigation.
same. 21.
-3.
Okay. So
You're in my way.
Petzel, you find a tent and a bedroll attached to one body. You find an alchemist kit with one body, and you manage to find another 16 gold.
I'm gonna roll for Bree too. Is that okay, or is that just
This is
That's
basically
everything?
yeah. That's a
he's
high.
already looted everybody?
Yeah.
And then we
16
got-
shinies. Why did
we
you
got,
pick those up?
We got 30 gold before that she already wrote down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we got a bedroll.
Yeah, bedroll,
Tent.
alchemist kit, 16 gold, and a tent.
Alchemist kit's pretty good.
Do you need a proficiency for alchemist kit, right?
I do.
You have it.
Proficiency alchemy, or I don't know.
Tools alchemist kit is what
Yep.
you would need.
I guess you need like a background. Yeah, you need tool. So if you buy the tools, you automatically have the proficiency.
No, you have to have the.
I got it from
proficiency.
being a soldier.
Where do you? Oh, you get it from the background.
But you can also there's some
The
goofy rules
skills
about
you can
training.
take it to, yeah.
Oh, okay, so like my acolyte background or like the healing the healing thing in the acolyte. That's where the medicine kit comes from.
Yes, you get a certain number of tool
Okay.
proficiencies, languages, and skill proficiencies whenever you pick a background.
I've got some playing cards too.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Because I partly I think I took your advice and I mostly kept the acolyte, but I partly customized it, which I think is why I have
Okay,
I
back
have
on a
medicine
road.
kit
Who's
and
next?
something else.
Who's rolling next?
But I actually don't have the medicine skill of all things.
A D what again? 8?
D10.
D10?
6.
More zombies.
So this is like another day. So we're all rested up and all that good stuff.
Yep.
Or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
it's a
basically
different
it's going to
Yeah,
take
we're just-
4 days
we're
for
just
us to
keep-
get there.
Keep going. Yeah.
Bree healed up too, so make sure we tell her that.
Did she take any damage?
She took poison damage, right? Or
she had taken some damage.
Necrotic
slashing
damage?
Oh well, no, but
We'll tell her. I don't
she'll
know.
be whole because
Yeah.
I have plenty of cure spells, so
But
I'll
she-
heal her up before we sleep.
Yeah, and you guys have taken a long rest since then.
Right.
well, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what kind of damage it was because you
was
said
just
she had to do a
slashing. She
constitution.
did, but the actual damage she suffered was from the claws actually slashing her. Because the other. Okay, so
6.
So
quite a few days into your journey,
On the
you
cart.
look behind you as you're traveling along, and every now and then you'll pass people who are kind of just, traveling, going between cities. The Great Road is called that for a reason. I mean, a lot of people frequent it. But you look behind you, and I'll say, Ketzel, I think you have the highest perception. So when you look behind you, you see a lone figure on a horseback heading your direction. It seems like they're trotting, so a little bit faster of a pace, coming up on you. And when they're about maybe 100 feet away, you recognize the face.
Okay.
And it is Alexi from the boat, from Heather Albert's boat.
she was the one that fought dirty, right?
No,
No,
he's the
Oh.
one who's from a similar place
This-
to Dimitri.
Oh yeah.
he's a friend of mine. He's a good guy.
Double the accent.
It's gonna be great. Hey, Lexi. Hey, guy. How you doing?
He doesn't seem to respond. And anyone who wants to can make a perception check.
Sure. 16.
18.
I don't know. I can't figure it out.
So you said 16? Okay. Both of you notice that he looks a little bit different. Physically, he's the same, but when you call out to him like you recognize him, he doesn't seem to respond like he recognizes you. And so he keeps trotting towards you without really responding. And his posture on the horse is very rigid. It doesn't seem natural.
Okay. I'll relay that to everyone who hasn't already noticed it. And I guess eventually he will catch up or pass us.
He's like maybe 50 feet away at this point.
I want a ready in action to blast him in the face if he gets aggressive.
Okay.
Because I think he's mind controlled.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true, but that's Dimitri's first thought after Tegan was mind controlled and acted weird. Like, oh, he must be mind controlled. He's going to attack us.
Okay.
That's probably totally wrong.
I have some rope, so can I try to lasso him as he passes and pull him off his horse?
You're going to just pull him off his horse?
Don't talk to me.
You can attempt to do that.
What is wrong with you?
It'll be a ranged attack roll,
Strength based.
non-proficiency, because you're not proficient in lassos as far as I know.
So dexterity.
Yes.
I mean,
It'll just be adding your dexterity modifier. And then if you hit him, then I'll have you make an athletics check to pull him off.
This is the third time this thing has fallen off, man.
15.
15? Okay.
You might want to look into adhesive.
Yeah. That'll that will hit him. So make
Okay.
an athletics check.
17.
I also got a 17. I forget we've done this before.
You win.
It's the status quo, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you get the lasso around him. He is lassoed, but you're not able. He kind of pulls back as you try to pull him down, and he kind of maintains his position on posture on the horse.
I want to tie the end of the rope to the cart. Look, there's something wrong with him.
I know, but we don't immediately go and lasso people.
Why not? You put handcuffs on people before.
This is true, but usually they've done something bad first.
He's done something bad.
What, riding weird, being stiff, being weird?
Yes.
Weird is not a crime, boy. This is what we do.
You
my
lasso
world it
him,
is.
and he doesn't actually immediately seem aggressive with you. He's got the lasso, and he's like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, so
mean-
you recognize us now.
I was trying to say hi. I don't know what this guy is doing.
Are we still moving the cart?
I don't know. Are you? Do you want to
Yes.
stop, or do you want to keep?
I
going?
mean, until somebody says different, yeah, I think we're
Okay.
moving.
All right. All right. So
But I mean, someone was are you okay?
I'm fine. What is it matter to you?
Well, I mean, it's been a while since we've seen you, and we just were wondering why you're out here and not back in Merlot or Mole or whatever
Holy moly.
whatever the town
That's
is
not
that
the
you
name.
were from. You know, the place, the thing, the boat.
I don't.
You were a bosun.
What?
You were a bosun when I last saw you, working on the boat of
Yeah, what's his name?
I don't remember. The guy, the captain. You were on the boat with us. Fought the scary fish peoples. They were gonna kill everybody. But
You know
stabbed
Sally.
one. I stabbed one. Sally, the merperson. She's the harpoon, and like he kills everything. He's like super sniper, crazy effective, and you wouldn't think so. Like you look at the guy, you're like, this guy can do nothing, but then he kills everything, man. Super scary.
So he looks at you and he says,
You don't remember
I don't-
this?
"I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just on my way to Doncaster."
That's
Hey, we're going there too.
Doncaster. I mean, yeah, that's where we're going, but like, where do you think you're coming from?
And so you notice at this point there is another individual coming up behind, still maybe like 40 feet back, and it looks
He's got
they
a
look
sword.
towards Alexei and calls up, "Hey, what are you doing? Wait for me."
Who is
and
your
Alexei
friend?
turns And he's like, "Oh, this is my friend. I don't know that it would be proper for me to identify him without him identifying himself.
Well, Alexei, if I did not know you, how would I mean?
I don't know.
But I do know you. That's how I know your name. That's how I knew it 10 minutes ago before this guy
Well,
rolled
to
up.
be honest, it's a little suspicious that you know my name and you're from my homeland.
I mean,
Who's
you
the
and
guy-
I,
Bring up the guy that just died. I don't remember his name.
you and I were in, just attended
Doncaster?
a
No,
funeral. I mean, he was there, right?
Mhm.
We just attended a funeral together in Mole.
I think you're trying to say Molaire, but
Molaire, that's the one. Listen,
not
the,
exactly
the,
sure.
the names of the places in this place are very hard for me. You should know how
not
these.
very difficult. I think that whoever named them made them very easy to remember.
I don't-
Very easy to pronounce and stuff too.
I don't think so. I think a crazy person named
No,
these places is
certainly not. They-
very, very, very wild.
very good
But
names.
listen,
Molar's not a good name.
so listen. Here's the problem. The fish people killed one of your friends, your coworkers. We went to pay respects to him.
We saw you there.
We saw you there, and now you're here acting like you don't know us, man. It's really weird.
So as you're talking, he kind of stops. Where did the other one go? I need something out of that bin.
Another
Okay.
horse.
No,
No, something big and scary, I'm
no,
sure.
that model that's out there right now is not the best one. This is more appropriate, though more clothes than that model has.
Why?
So they slide out.
Yeah. They're supposed to.
And that person who has long hair, it's actually supposed to be a man, but that's more akin to how they're dressed, is kind of looks up and kind of cuts Alexei off before he can say anything else, and he says, look, I think that this is just some sort of misunderstanding. I'm sure that he looks exactly like some friend that maybe you'll know from some town, but
With the same name?
it's a pretty common name. It's like John or Bob, right?
Who are you?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm no one important. It's not really important who I am.
Good,
I
tell
don't
me your-
generally give my name to random people I see on the road.
I am Dmitri. I will be the one hearing your name. Please give it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my name is, and then hold on.
And out of character, I'm sorry, I'm making you up names, but
No. I'm not looking for a name. How are you guys positioned? Like that?
Apparently, we're still moving, which I think is a little weird, but
yeah, well, we're
riding the bike.
nothing to
I'm
be
guessing
going fast.
you're on this side of the boat, or
I mean, see, the thing about horses as opposed to a car, if you're having a conversation, two cars going parallel, you can like run into a tree, run off the road. But like horses are smart enough not to like run into each other or run off or just run off a cliff. So like it actually is okay to.
So
Not that I ride horses all the time, but I have had conversation on horseback once. It's possible.
Oh, my name is, and then let's see. You see them mutter something. You can make an Arcana check if you want to try and see what they're casting.
Dang it.
a -3.
8.
We're still fighting.
I'm the worst.
No.
No, we finished that.
We finished
We
the-
saw.
we healed up.
21.
This is another day. This is a new
Yeah,
encounter.
we healed you, but then new encounter saw Alexi from Merlot, the town.
Molar.
Morlaix, the place we were, Morlaix, whatever. We were just at. Anyway, Alexi, guy from the boat, but he acts like he doesn't know us. And before we get too far in the conversation, some other guy comes up, won't tell us his name, and is acting funny. And I'm starting to think he's been mind controlled, and he's getting suspicious. And just as we were talking, he started to cast a spell.
Do you have more than 50?
And I rolled a terrible concentration
No.
or Arcana check, so I don't know what Skelly's spell.
As the person is muttering,
John know,
Um,
but Dimitri doesn't know.
Tegan
Falls asleep.
Yep.
I knew it. Yeah, Dimitri had no idea. John knew.
Yeah. So
56, really? Oh, also we got 30
He was one of the guys on the boats. Okay, so I send a bolt of energy flying past him, totally misses.
everybody roll for initiative.
I'm asleep. I don't
Actually, let me see what time it is.
Still roll for initiative. 'cause
Well, it's right at 11 right now. So why don't we
Oh, it's 11?
stop? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Why don't we stop here? This is where we will pick up. But
Okay.
Tegan has just fallen asleep.
I don't want to fall asleep.
Of course he has.
Hold on. I'm
Just
immune
out
to
of,
something.
out,
Hold on.
of, out of character, but sort of game question. If someone is asleep, would a sharp kick to the ribs wake them up?
You have to spend an action to rouse them.
Yeah.
Could that action be a sharp kick to the ribs?
Whatever you want it to be, as long as it takes your action.
You're gonna hurt
Now,
your foot.
here's that was my next question. Now, what is the effect on my feet of kicking in the ribs? And
A
I use that
robot?
in quotation marks. A 7-foot metal man.
I mean,
Like,
some of the metal's soft.
okay.
There's softer metals.
There's no soft metal on me.
So as long as I have steel toe boots, probably I'll be okay. Okay.
This is what I get. He's trying to kick me.
Seems like Dimitri would kick him awake, but that also seems like kicking a robot is like not the best.
I can honestly say if you